Yo, yo, what's all that? What's all that? What's all that? What's all that comment hopping? What's all that comment hopping? What's all that comment banging? What's up? Y'all still mad about the video from? And then here go the world I'm in. That what you see all the flames shit like that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm saying, I know I'm an angel in hell. You ain't gotta be mad at me. You gotta be mad at me. I ain't gonna be here long. Be out your hair. I'm gonna be out your hair. I'm just blowing a trumpet. That's it. That's it. That's it. Instead of saying, oh, you a coon. Oh, boy, y'all nigga crazy hell. Oh, you a coon. Oh, you an agent. Oh, bro, where y'all students at? Where the students at? I need to see where the students at. Because right now I'm not seeing none. I'm saying, where y'all at? You supposed to know? Okay, then you supposed to know what you talking about then. You don't got to be mad. What a generation of people who somebody challenged somebody and they jumped up and they were ready. They were ready like, oh, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's go bar for bar. Let's do it. Who able to tell me how, Bobby Hemmett and them was on point? You got to show me how. You got to tell me how. You can't just be, you know what I'm saying, oh, he on point. I don't believe it. I don't believe it because they taught y'all a whole bunch of bullshit. Simple like that. Simple like that. Scary asses. These folks scary. These folks scary. And you see me in the comments, as soon as nigga get to popping out, what I tell them, go live with me. Just go live with me. You don't even got to do this. It's different now. You don't even got to do this no more. You don't got to do that. Now you can come talk to the one. Just come talk to me. Then we going to see if you know what you talking about. Simple. You ain't going to tell me these some stellar teachers and they students don't know shit. I don't know if I had to say that. Let's turn the fire down. Let me turn the vote. Vote. I'm saying though. You know what I mean? I'm saying though. Boom. 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 They like, man, this nigga's an agent. Ooh, I hate this man. Ooh, he a cool. Ooh, he going against his people. Ooh, you ain't finna stop the horns. You ain't finna stop the trumpets. I'm saying, you so mad at me, you ain't even paying attention, bro. You trumpet blowing. And y'all teachers, they watered down. So if they so deep, you should be able to show me. Show me how deep is your teachers? You better be able to show me that. You need scary as hell. You need scary as hell. Scary. They was scared of you on Clubhouse. Let me pin that. They was high-key scared of me on Clubhouse. As soon as I came in the room, the folk got to shipping and fidgeting and making disclaimers. Letter to Toya, it's going to come out soon. Yo, they scary. Man, they were doing that same carbon bullshit when I was on there. I was shutting all them niggas down. Bishop, Holler, all them niggas. They ain't know who they were talking to, bro. I didn't study up under these little bitty guys. The hell? Bobby Hemmett, the truth. All right, tell me the truth then. Yeah, he the truth. He supposed to be able to tell me what he taught. But we had a few people on here. I was there yesterday. What one on say? I ain't gonna lie. He was just entertainment. Cause he was like, he went into it. He did this. All right, teach me something that he taught you that has something to do with your spiritual ascension that you was able to use. They weren't able to use. What do you mean, what's my issue with Young Pharaoh? Ask Young Pharaoh what's his issue with Malachi York. He didn't come back. Ask Young Pharaoh what's his issue with Malachi York. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all did none of y'all come at him when he made videos tearing Dr. Malachi York down. Then none of y'all came at Bobby when he made videos tearing Dr. Malachi York down. And I'm not even coming for them niggas. If you want me to come for Bobby, I'm going to just tell you, look at his body. You want me to come for Bobby, I'm going to just jiggle Bobby his ass. Tell him, man, first of all, you ain't even built like no teacher. But I ain't coming for Bobby individually. I'm talking about what he taught. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can't handle it. But y'all didn't want to come at Bobby for actually coming at Dr. York and trying to shut him down. You see what I'm saying? Now, you can get in touch with Young Pharaoh. He got comments. And I don't know his page. He blocked me. in 2018. But you can get in touch with them the same way you get in touch with me. You go on here live, whatever. If you want that answer, what I'm telling you is why y'all ain't come for them. Why y'all ain't get mad at them when they came for Malachi York? And now y'all getting mad at me because I'm challenging what they teach. And what they teach can't hold up, but y'all mad at me. But y'all weren't mad at that. That showed me something. Yeah, that showed me something. Y'all weren't mad at Rashad Jamal when he was coming at all them people he was coming at. Rashad Jamal wasn't clout chasing when he was talking about Dirk and Baby and all them. It wasn't none of that, right? But when I come for what he teaching, when it comes to all this ascension shit and how this shit made up, he made that shit up. And I'm challenging it. And I'm giving y'all the opportunity to show me how it wasn't made up based on the things y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all saying. So explain to me how that's not psychosis. And explain to me why nobody didn't hold him accountable for that. Simple. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about my teaching. We on our way somewhere. If it's just about some teachings, most of this shit you just Google. Most of this shit you can read a book on. It ain't just about no teachers anyway. And then cloud chasing, I've been shut that down because everybody doing that. Everybody want attention or they ain't gonna have what they need on this Instagram, TikTok, YouTube shit. Everybody going for attention, so stop playing. Some of y'all clout chase by conspiracy theories, so people let y'all slide. Y'all niggas was clout chasing CERN doing an experiment that they fucking do every year. Y'all was clout chasing the Godstones being blown up, talking about the galactic ancestors got involved, ISIS. Y'all were clout chasing the Galactic Federation. Y'all clout chasing the 24 elders out of the Bible. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know where it comes from. Y'all clout chasing divinity. Y'all clout chasing metal nectar. Don't none of y'all speak it. I speak it to you and you don't understand it. Y'all clout chase every fucking thing that's just been commercialized. Right? And then you come around and tell me I'm clout chasing because I'm challenging the bullshit. But everybody else who been clout chasing on all this bullshit, ain't none of them clout chasing. But we already, like I said, that's all they can hear. They getting irritated because that horn go off and you can't ignore it. You didn't read it? You can't ignore that. That shit too loud. Yeah, bro. Anybody who think people like 607 is deep, they beyond. Like, listen, they in that, what you call it? They in the depths of the base realm or the base of the life realm. You can't even really, you know what I'm saying? They got to make a decision. Some of y'all read that Protect the Crown book. People who think them niggas deep, listen, 607 they just sent a video around where bro went and talked to whoever he thought was supposed to be a counsel. Bro just read off every flat earth conspiracy theory and then walked away. And then y'all think that's deep. That's just conspiracy theories. That's not deep. It hasn't been proven. They didn't prove you can't go to Antarctica. As a matter of fact, more people have been proving that you can than people saying you can't. Them folk listen, it's a nigga who paid $35,000 per person just to get a few people out there to show them that you not only can go to Antarctica, but you can behold things like the, what do you call it, the midsummer sun or the midnight sun, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nothing. That was deep. You got opportunity to speak to them folks and you want to talk to them folks about a fucking continent. I need y'all to sign this so I can go to Antarctica. Excuse me. Listen, the thing is, if you can go to Antarctica and they need to sign it, then you need to tell the rest of them people that you can go. Because they think you can't go. The people who believe that. Y'all got to tell me what's deep. I'm giving y'all the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving people the opportunity. Tell me what's so deep about any of this shit y'all hearing. They don't want to play with me. 19 Key, none of them want to play. Everybody who y'all think deep ran. And here go these stragglers trying to, man, they don't want to play. They don't want to do it at all. And I ain't even got started yet. That's what's so interesting. I ain't even got started. And they ran. I ain't even wrote my plan out and they afraid. Yeah, I'm going to drop the Tory song. Yeah. So what's up? Tell all these folks who got issues, Bobby Hemmett, all that. Man, come up here and talk. Let's see, first of all, Before we get to talk, like, okay, here go what's so interesting, right? Everybody know who I'm a student of, right? If I said 1, 2, 3, go, everybody know who it is. All right, so do the math. I'm a student of Dr. Malachi York. I'm not Dr. Malachi York. They're running from a student. And they've been running from us. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. They've been running from us since way before I was even born. Let me tell you something. They've been scared of them, the Wapians, Young Disciples, Ansarullah, the Nubian Islamic Hebrews. Boy, they was scared of them. They were scared of the Sons of the Green Light. They were scared of the Ancient Mystic Order, Melchizedek initiates. They been afraid. Because when you get to talking to us, you don't understand. Y'all played with the doctrines that y'all had like y'all had time. Didn't understand. We were learning y'all doctrine. Some of y'all, it take a lifetime for y'all to learn it. We were like pushed into learning your doctrines in a year worth of your lifetime. And we did it. And I'm not talking about just me. Because again, I wasn't born when this was started. But them young disciples wasn't nothing to play around with. The Ansarullah community was nothing to them. Ansaris, you didn't want to play with them. Because when they ain't finna cause you no bodily harm. But them folks thought they were getting beat up. Because they pull up thinking they ready to debate with them. And then, boy, they got their ass handed to them. So what they do? They walked away, act like they didn't exist. They try to act like the Ansar didn't exist. Try to act like the Nuwapians didn't exist. And then what they dealing with is their worst nightmare. One of us done got big out here. And we're actually a true student. Meaning, you don't see me walk around with no unk on my head. Dressed up like some Nuwapian. Listen to what I'm saying so you don't miss it. You don't see me walking around with no attire on or no garb on, regurgitating shit that Pops taught in his books. That ain't no student. The students took it further. I remember being on Clubhouse when the brothers, it was some Nuwapian or Sabaean brothers who was debating the Hebrew Israelites. And them Hebrew Israelites was whooping their ass. And that ain't supposed to happen. You want to know why it was able to happen? Because a lot of the ones who either was New Age Sabaeans or a lot of the ones who got lazy along the way, they stopped doing what it took to become those dynamic soldiers. They stopped doing what it took. And what did it take? It took you getting out there, reading, going beyond just Malachi York books. If he told you to go look up a book and read it, you needed to go read it. If he told you to study the Bible, you needed to actually study the Bible. He told you to study the Quran, you need to actually study the Quran. He told you to go in and read these tablets over here or go to this museum and look at it. He told you to do, man, please. These newer brothers, no disrespect to them, but they listen, they didn't go through what we went through. And I went through so much of it so young, people thinking I'm just coming out the top of my head with a lot of this stuff. You got to understand my experiences and my upbringing. I had books around me 24/7. I had teachers around me 24/7. You know what I mean? It's not nothing small. So what I'm saying is they running away from a student of Malachi York. What you think would happen if they had to actually face Malachi? One more time. They running away from one of Malachi York's students. What you think would happen if they actually had to face him? The one who speak the languages. I don't speak the languages, not to the extent in which he does. The one who wrote all the books. I wrote 17 books. He wrote 1,500 plus books. You know what I'm saying? The one who got all the groundwork, been in Egypt, been in the temples, deciphering the Rosetta Stone, before that the Rosetta Stone, hieroglyphics, all of that. Okay, they would run from him. Like how they running from me. They went, so, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm just exhibiting that or exemplifying that. And I'm giving everybody an opportunity. Yes or no, y'all? Don't I be like, yo, come up here and talk to me? And they get up here and say, nah, man, I don't know. We got to talk about Bobby Hemmett. I said, okay, let's talk about him. Let's talk about what he taught. Right? Because I know what your teachers taught. You have to understand that. That's why one of them in the comments talking about some, Bobby Hemmett never said that. He said we were carbon-based beings. I said, he said melanin dominant people or black people were carbon beings. All right, Ratchet 44, you might not know the rules. I'll tell you the rules, save you some time. You come up here and defend their teachings. You come up here and show me how they make sense and deal with my line of questioning. I'll respect you, see you a different way. Other than that, you could bounce and we'll never hear from you again. And that's not optional, that part. So you can either choose to come up here and let's deal with it, and you deal with me tone to tone. Other than that, there's no reason for you to be here. If I'm Cap. So are you ready? Because you're about to get a request. Ratchet 44. And it's always y'all. I've tried to get on. You never let me on. I just sent you a request. Come on now. It says you declined. I'm going to screenshot it. Or it ran away. Ooh, you lucky. I tried to get you on. Okay, I'm going to send you another request. This is the second request. Come on up. Don't run. Don't be scary. And I'm ready. I got my screenshot ready. Don't decline, because ain't no reason for you to decline. You said you've been trying to get up. Don't be scary now. This is live, by the way. It's not pre-recorded. I think if you able to deal with the truth, you ready to come up. I sent you a second one. The first one you declined. So you think if you don't press decline, it ain't gonna still tell me? Decline. Watch. Watch, y'all. Watch the screenshot. Watch the screenshot. What that said about him. Hold on, you can't even see it, can you? Hold on. I got you. I got you. I got you. Cause look, what they don't understand. You do none of that. Watch this. Ratchet 44 decline. Get your scary ass on. Take your scary ass on. Take your scary ass on. Bye, scary. I try to get on. You never let me. Block. Next. Take your scary ass on. Y'all niggas scary. Can't do nothing with me. Couldn't do nothing with him. Try to act like he didn't exist. Then look at one of the what? We come up, pop about the blue on you. Oh, and I know how to go bigger. So I'm not just one of the ones who just got what? Just a little platform. I got to go on side netter. Nah, fuck that. We bigger than side netter. Yeah, we bigger than him. And we're going to keep going bigger. And I'm going to keep showing y'all these niggas ain't talking about shit. Yeah, right knowledge that way. Mm-hmm. Cause remember, remember it was ridicule. Remember it was tear his name down. Remember it was ostracize Nuwapians and isolate them like they don't exist. Oh, remember? Oh, then why the NOI quiet? Why the Hebrew Israelites quiet? Why everybody quiet? I'm out here. Why when I show up, niggas want to act like, oh, I can't whistle, but it's, you know what I mean? Why niggas want to, when I show up, why niggas want to whistle? Y'all wasn't whistling before I got here. Now it's some whistling shit. Since your whistle body ass, scary ass, I've been trying to come up. Man, you ain't been trying to do shit. You declined twice. You not ready. He may not come when you want it, but he'll be there right on time. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Oh, you better be, boy, what? You better be ready. Let's chop it up. Chop it up. I would. Fuck these goofies. Hey, look, I'm different. I got time for the goofies. I got time. Could the goofies be the teachers of a million? We got to ungoofy a million people by ungoofy and the goofy. Shit, that's a lot of work. But somebody got to do it. Watch out for Ratchet 45. You know they be having the backup accounts. I don't understand the obsession. I don't have no burner account. Right hand to the Most High. I don't have no burner. Shit, you block me, I just can't see what's going on. It's simple like that. I'm not supposed to be over there probably. These folks get blocked. They got 7 backups. The fuck? Damn. And then what? For what? For you to get blocked again? To get blocked again? Bro, that desperation. You might well just behave. You want to be here. Then you need to act like you got some sense. Damn. I start feeling for niggas. They start coming out that 5th account. I said, this man wants to be a part of this. I don't know which one of y'all niggas trying to set me up, but it ain't working. Nah, Riri. Come on up. Come on up. Insta block backup. Yeah, but sometimes that shit don't work. Cause obviously them niggas be still getting through that. They said you came after Rashad went to jail. No, they found out about me after Rashad went to jail. Cause first of all, let's get it clear. Real Kaya is the reason why a lot of them came and figured out who I was right after they sentenced Rashad. Cause Real Kaya did what? If you don't know who Real Kaya is, it was a lady who acted like the government was after her when she was making TikTok videos talking about she got to close the blinds. She like, I'm gonna close the blinds just in case. And then I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm not supposed to tell y'all on a government device. This the government technology. You forgot to close the most important thing, your phone. And even still, don't you know your whole screen is a recording device? They gave, oh my God. They gave it away by showing you can screen record. Y'all so smart. Y'all so wise. She closed the blinds, didn't close the phone. Proceeded to say whatever she said, not only on a government device, on a government's internet, okay, on a platform that has to go through the government, like they showed you recently, so that they can be allowed to. You ain't did shit slick. Like, what the hell? Yeah, if O'Shawn Hills do that, I don't know her. I just see some recent videos. I just see she talk about sex a lot. But if she does that, she getting that from people like Real Kaya. They're not a threat to the government. What the hell? Anyway, after Rashad Jamal got hit, she had went live. What she say? She posted it. Or she had made a video one, but she posted it and was like, this ain't the same situation as Malachi York. Malachi York is not this won't be the same thing. And I'm like, I ain't never heard this lady talking about Malachi York or even the situation he was in or that he needed to be free. Oh, but now y'all got to look at it, right? Now you got to look at it a different way. That's why I was telling the Jamal Lights, I'm like, y'all finna fuck up for the next 16 years if you ain't careful. Because all that, I remember her. I literally remember the video and everything. She was talking about some, we gotta grow the energy. We gotta, let's what she say? Meditate. Let's, what she say? Unite. Whatever the fuck she was saying. And I'm like, what the fuck do any of that mean? I know what y'all finna do. Y'all finna think because of the supposed divine aspect of Rashad Jamal that you don't have to physically get active at all, meaning legally aid and assist him, put money together constantly, make sure he get the lawyers that he need, make sure that he got money on his books. Y'all gonna do all this praying, and then you're gonna have a bunch of niggas that's gonna do what? Try to jump in his seat to try to be Rashad Jamal, which they did. You have a lot of that you're gonna have to encounter. You wanna know how? Because the same way you were trying to say it's not like Malachi's York situation, it's a lot like it. Except you're right. You're more right than what you think because Malachi York got hit with way more for way more things. He had land to take. He had all kinds of, it's different in that regard. But they hit you with the same code because Rashad Jamal was trying to be Malachi. Mm-hmm. So y'all confused the algorithm. Y'all confused the matrix. They said, wait, I thought Malachi code already came through here. Okay, well then, all right, boom. He got hit. Then who else tried to be Malachi? Nature Boy. Man, I thought Malachi, he got hit. Then who else tried to be Malachi? Brother Polite. Yeah, then he got hit. It just kept happening. But I told people in 2022, and even before then, I said, watch what's going to happen with that conscious community. Because all them niggas is standing there acting like they him. Watch what happens. They going to fall. And they fell. But I already told people it's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Hey, everybody wanted to be him. So, yeah, yeah. Real Kaya was how a lot of people found out who I was. I responded to that video, and it went big. But I responded to when she did that. I said, now y'all want to act like y'all know who he is. You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. Well, then that's why I said, why would I scream Free Rashad Jamal? He wasn't screaming out Free Doc. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because y'all didn't want to even put Malachi York in the same phrase of Free Rashad Jamal until Rashad Jamal got locked up. Then you start saying free everybody. But you doing the same thing Rashad Jamal did when he was like, free Dr. York, free Matulu, free this person, free that person. No, wait a minute. Let's deal with Dr. York. You didn't learn from these people. Let's deal with Dr. York. Let's deal with who you're trying to be. If you wanted the elders like you claim to be and you say he won, then why was it not we need to get him out? Let's make sure we get involved with helping him come out of prison. Nah, it wasn't none of that. It was what? I think Malachi York is gone. We'll never hear him again. So then let me jump in and try to beat him. Man, please, we know y'all game. We know y'all game. Which y'all scary, yeah. Ain't nobody came up here to talk about shit, did they? Did they? They ain't came and talking about, ain't nothing came out their mouth. But all these teachers done taught y'all all of this. And then when it's time to deal with me, right, you can't. And y'all telling me to humble myself. I think the roles are reversed. I think that's not your line. I don't think that's your line. Everybody done got on here from the youth to the elders. And they all leave like, oh shit, this is different. It is. I'm telling you it's different because I was raised on the question. You were raised on thinking you know a thing. I was raised as a scientist to go with the hypothesis and continue on through the scientific method. You understand that? A lot of these scientific methods are incomplete and y'all don't know that. So you coming to me like you done already got a peer review. And I know you haven't because I know your peers. And I know they didn't get it peer reviewed. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't review it. So I'm giving everybody the opportunity, yes or no. Remember the other person, someone said, no, that's cap. I tried to come on, you ain't let me. I sent him 2 requests. Let's look at what he said. It said, Ratchet 44 declined. Y'all scary. Y'all scary. Y'all scary. You don't want to deal with it. And all them, listen, all these teachers y'all calling out, saying, I want to see you debate with this person. I'm going to ask you a real heart-to-heart question. You think they don't know who I am? Do you think they want it? Do you think they want it? Do you think they want it? Don't they debate with one another? Don't they get on videos and talk and podcasts and debate one another or have builds? Don't they do all of that? Even if they disagree with one another, don't they gather in a city hall and talk and on the streets and microphones and video cameras and tapes? Why is it different with Faise One? Because they know better. I'm telling you. And they don't even just know better about me. They know about my teacher. And they see, okay, this. You don't think 19 Keys sat there and watched the 19 Keys exposed? You don't think he watched it? He watched that 19 Keys exposed. He know this ain't regular because when you hear 19 Keys exposed, you think a nigga finna just try to talk about a nigga life. No, I gave the whole read of him from the 1 to the 9. Go watch it, and you'll see why they don't. What are you gonna do? They gotta study first. That's why some of them. I tell you, some of them trying to prepare, and by the time they prepare on the things that they think I talk about and the things they think I know, like they see a Mason hat, so they think we got them, and then they see me stomp on a Mason hat and they're confused. You don't got us. We got you. You see a short with life. Wait a minute, Opmos York? A short. What do you mean by that? Great day. What's going on? If they teach him what Dr. York taught, what's the problem? I feel like he would appreciate it. Okay, you ready to come up? Tyrone 5-star, you ready to come up? You asked the question. You ready? You ready? You ain't in trouble. You ain't even in the hot seat. But are you ready? You ready to come up? I'm about to send you a request. Don't even run because you asked. I mean, you want to have the talk. Come on up. Let's talk. Yo.
What's up, man? My heart's a little messed up. Don't worry about
Don't
that.
worry about it.
Another
Okay, messed up's afro. How could it be messed up? That's how it naturally grows.
right.
So check this out. What does Dr. York teach that they teach?
Shit. You said this. You said they was copying everything he said, and the little dude that was on with you yesterday, he was like, "You learned that from Dr. York. You learned that from Dr. York." I
Yeah.
don't get the.
Yeah. So then if they learned it from Dr. York, listen to what I'm saying. Now ether ain't taught unless you're going through Dr. York. But if you teaching non-ether and you're not teaching it in full and telling them where they can go and look it up, you may be copying what he's saying, yet you're not teaching it in full. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a fake ID. Yeah, you can look like this, you can look like that, but then Okay, I'll do it like this: a fake dollar bill or a fake $100 bill. Then here come the nigga with the marker. I'm the nigga with the marker that's gonna swipe, and that shit gonna turn brown. Then I'm like, nah, you got all this that look like it's that value, but I can't even get change for it. You got all this that look like it's that value, but I can't buy nothing with it. You got all this that look like it's that value, but then I tell you, hey, let me see that marker real quick so I can test it. Then you say I'm clout chasing, I'm hating on you, and start asking whether or not I got girls in high school. I'm starting to think you deflecting, so I'm swiping. Cause as soon as a nigga come, hey, Faise ain't no $100 bill. What I do? Hey, give me that marker. I swipe myself, and
I,
then
I
I
don't
hand
I
them the
don't
marker.
think
Be
I
like,
don't think niggas think about shit like that when they said. Cause I knew when you said he said that he fucked up. When he was like talking about you getting girls and you not being big or your body type. I'm like, he fucked up with this.
yeah, cause he went flesh.
Yeah.
He went flesh.
I ain't gonna stand. I was watching him. When I was watching him, I didn't even know he was locked up. But then, I mean, I wouldn't say he really taught me. He probably kind of, I feel like he opened my eyes to a lot of different things. Like, I was
Like what?
just, um,
You know, here it go, right?
yeah.
You know, here it go, right? Cause that ain't how you came on here. You came on here. Now you done walked into something else now. All I'm gonna
Yeah, I want to be
ask you is
honest.
that teach
I
me something
definitely
that he
was
taught
smoking
you.
him. Like, I definitely was, like, watching his ass,
Look, look, look,
watching his videos and
look
shit.
what I'm
But
saying. Teach me something that he taught you that you able to be like, okay,
I
I looked into that. That's gonna help me do this, and now I can move forward.
nothing. My wife be saying the same shit. What are you getting out of this shit?
You said nothing.
Like, yeah, I ain't really like it ain't really nothing you can like he was basically saying,
He basically saying,
hey, I can't remember,
all
man. You
right,
put me
now,
in the seat.
look, you supposed to be ready for this too, though. Cause look, all right,
I got bad memory.
it's
I ain't a
cool.
good debater like you.
I'm not listen. I'm a great debater, but I don't even be debating. If you pay attention, I just be asking people questions and they just squirm. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying that what'll happen when niggas even try to debate me. So watch this. What's DEA?
Some shit he made up.
But he taught it. You've been watching for a
Yeah,
while. You
yeah,
supposed to know
yeah. I
what it
seen
is.
him teach it, but I mean, I seen him talking about it, but he ain't never like.
All right, I'm gonna put your soul to the test.
Basically, this is what he said it was. It was
Go
instead
ahead.
of DNA. He said white people got DNA, white, and we got DEA. So that
But
we
what
get
is DEA?
shit, a different, I guess a different type of DNA.
Then it's
More
D. Then it's just DNA.
like
What
how
is it? Like okay, watch this. If I ask you what's DNA, what it stand for? Deoxyribonucleic acid, right? We know that.
yeah, I ain't know that.
Okay. So then
I
watch
know
this.
it now.
All
I
he
probably
did,
ain't gonna know it in the next 34 hours. But what you say that was again?
deoxyribonucleic acid.
Oh, okay.
And the reason for that whole phrase is speaking about the different components of DNA. See what I'm
Right.
saying? Now,
Right.
ask any Rashad Jamal follower, what's the deoxy part in deoxyetheric acid? Then explain the etheric part, and then explain the acid part, and then explain to me how etheric can even be associated with an acid.
Right.
And then I say, what are you talking about? Esterification? They be like, what? Exactly. He's okay. Are you talking about alcohol changing the state of ester? They be like, huh? I'm like, never mind. Okay, so watch this. You heard him teach DEA, and when
Yeah.
I ask people what it is, have you ever heard anybody be able to explain it?
No. No.
So is it just you?
Hey, but I've been watching you for a minute, like, and I fuck with you, bro. I've been listening to your music. I can sing your song, nigga. I straight. That's all I listen to for real.
Okay, I
But
appreciate that.
I ain't really. I can't remember like a lot of things I learned from you or heard from you, I can't really break it down for real.
But what do I teach?
Uh, shit, yeah. That everybody else lying.
Okay, you don't got to break that down. That's simple. And then how
Yeah.
can you go check that out?
By going to research what they were saying.
Simple. Have I taught that I'm not from this planet and I'm one of the incarnates of the elders,
No, you said you
and that I
said
help
you
create?
don't know. No, you said you ain't you weren't giving that information out because you don't want something. You
I don't
wouldn't.
have. It's not profirmed. If it was profirmed, a lot of that would be out. You get what I'm saying?
I
Making it up
don't smoke.
puts you in a worse situation because then you're gonna be exposed.
All right.
So look what I'm saying. You go and research everything we teach, no matter what we teach. But if you telling me you waiting on me to teach you chemistry, I don't know what's wrong. You go research that yourself.
All
If you
right.
waiting on me to teach you about the body, I don't know what you're doing. You can learn that by yourself. If you wait on me to teach you physics and quantum physics, I don't know what you're doing. You can go learn it by yourself. Everything I'm saying that you can learn, including what Yaki and them teach, you can learn it by yourself. You don't need us to do it. That's what I'm teaching.
I get
That's
that.
what I'm teaching. You don't got to come to us for none of that. As a matter of fact, we don't have to charge you for you to come get herbs from us. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that we don't have to do, or people don't have to do in certain communities and walks of life. So I get what you're saying. I get your point where you're like, yo, I done heard your teaching, but then I asked what I teach, and you saying you teaching that these people lying. Okay, go test it. So you when I asked you what DEA was, first thing you said was some shit he made up.
Because that's what I heard you say. Because I couldn't tell
Okay,
you. I don't think he ever broke it down. He just was. You got
so
DEA. We're not the same. They got blue. They got blue blood. We got red blood or green. No, they got blue veins. We got green veins. He had me looking up on a white person close trying to see their veins.
yeah, they got different pigment, everything.
All right.
There's different things that are happening when the skin is stretched. You know, the vein that you're looking at in your arm is not the vein itself. It's your skin stretching.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
Well, go look at the anatomy and you're gonna see that first of all, oxygen causes that blood to change color. We're not looking at our blood from outside our skin. You see how simple it is to
Yeah, I
destroy
heard
this
that
shit?
before. When our blood hit the earth, it turned red.
Okay. So we're dealing with a difference between deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood, correct?
Right.
Do you see your blood through your skin?
No, not mine.
Not mine either, bro. Our epidermis nor our dermis are transparent. We can't see through them. So what is he talking about? He's talking about the skin stretching as these veins are placed up under the skin and the muscle. That ain't the blood color.
All
That's
right.
the bro. If a melanin dominant person bruises, they'll turn a different color than if a Caucasian person bruises. He's still talking about surface level stuff. Literally, it's just effects to the skin, and the pigmentation of the skin has everything to do with what happens when other things interact with that skin. This is just simple science.
And what
So then
about?
what color veins do the Asians have? Or the Mongoloid?
Shit, it's blue too, huh? To say
Did
light.
he mention them?
No, he
He
just
said
talk about
he said the white folks and us, right?
yeah, yeah.
You want okay. Did he mention in that same statement that the Latinos that he mentioned have similar pigmentation and similar color veins and similar things that happen when things interact with their skin? Did he mention that?
Nope.
You want to know why that's a flaw? Because he groups Latinos and melanin dominant people in the same race or gene of people,
Yep.
gods. So then our God cousins It's more they're similar in stature. They're more similar in pigmentation, pheomelanin. All right, which is a mutation, a variation of the original melanin, as you might call it, or the eumelanin. All right. So then, well, then why are they being grouped in as gods? Let me tell you why. Because he's merging Hebrew Israelite teachings with the NOI teachings, with the teachings of the Nuwapians, which is learning all of them, okay, and how to express all of that. And he's stuck in 1960 and 1970. So you talk to the Hebrew Israelite brothers, they're going to tell you about the blacks and Latinos and the blacks and Hispanics. So he might have been saying blacks and Latinos so he could sound a little different from the Hebrew Israelites, so the Hebrew Israelites wouldn't be like, nigga, that's trademark. You can't use our shit. So blacks and Latinos. First of all, there's no such thing as blacks.
Right,
Second
yeah.
of all, do the Latinos speak Latin?
Nope.
Why are they called Latinos?
Have no clue.
Are they from Latin America?
No.
Yes.
They are?
Latino, Latin America.
Where's Latin America?
Exactly. You do you get what I'm saying? It's a location. What's an African? Somebody who's from where?
Africa.
All right. What's an American? Somebody who's from where?
America.
What's an Italian? Somebody who's from where?
Italy.
All right. Now tell me what a Latin American looks like.
Old girl off of Ghost girlfriend.
There's no look. If you're from Latin America, if you're from South America, if you're from Mexico, if you're from Haiti, there's no look. That's just where you were born.
Right, right.
Do you understand what I'm explaining to you? So what are blacks and Latinos? Are you, if you look at your pigment or your pigmentation, are you black?
No.
You're brown.
Brown.
Simple, right?
Yep.
So you went from a color code, to a word that's supposed to tie somebody to a part of what's referred to as the Americas. Which one we working? Why didn't you say blacks and beiges? And even still, if you say blacks and beiges, you got to explain to me why you're saying blacks instead of browns. But then what do they classify the Latinos as? Or the Hispanics? They call them what? Brown.
Right.
Are they brown?
No.
Okay.
I heard we was all just different shades of copper.
Did you hear that?
Or different shades of
Brown?
tan or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, brown.
What color are Caucasians?
A light brown.
Which is like beige.
Yeah.
Some of them, depending on where you go, they pale.
Right, yeah.
Okay. When Caucasians stand in the sun long enough or dwell on the beach long enough, what happens to them? They get a what?
Sunburn.
Well, they get a tan.
Yeah, tan.
What does this mean? Not every one of them. Some of them turn pink. What I'm saying is those who have whatever it is in that pigmentation that causes them to turn tan, it means that their carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen and nitrogen is operating differently than those who don't turn tan. And carbon starts to show up more and group together when that happens, meaning the pigmentation is turning more brown. That carbon present is what helps with the pigmentation, but it's not the only thing there. You have to deal with the hydrogen, nitrogen, and all of that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Do you get my point? My point here is when you say things like blacks and Latinos, it get immediately confusing. We don't know if you're saying Latino as in they speak Latin. We don't know Latino as in you're saying Latin American. We don't know if you're saying Latino as in someone who's identifying as this person who's what do you call it, a minor or a minority. What is it that you're actually saying? That has no science. So you're telling me that you're a science. You're saying you're a scientist and you're advanced and you're one of the ones who created the cosmos. Yet your way of explaining things relies on identity politics, not science. That's identity politics.
Yeah.
Ruger 187. You got one opportunity, right? I'm about to pin your comments so we won't forget you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let them get on. Hey, but I got one
Go,
more question.
ahead.
What about how you feel about the stuff he was talking about, like the Lyrens and just out the
Nobody
world
knows.
stuff?
Nobody
Huh?
knows. Nobody
That's
know
what I
about
was
the
saying.
Lyrens. Nobody know. Listen, nobody knows them Lyrens. Nobody knows the Lemurians. Nobody knows the Atlanteans. It's just stuff that we talk about because it was grouped in with the angel phenomenon, the what do you call it? The extraterrestrial phenomenon, all of that spiritual community shit, all of that ascension Aquarius age shit. Everybody talking about that because people found tablets talking about people who lived in Mount Shasta, all this other stuff, but we weren't there. We don't know for sure whether or not they exist or whether or not these are fairy tales. We don't know if there was a place called Lemur. We don't know if there was a place called Atlantis. We don't know if the Bermuda Triangle thing is a real thing. We don't know these things, but everybody can talk about it. So you ask me what I feel about it. That's what I feel. That anybody can talk about that.
Right.
It's when you start placing yourself as one of the ones who created it or one of the ones who was there. You could talk about ancient Egypt.
So Dr.
But
York
now you
never mentioned none of that stuff.
I have talked about that. People, you just asked me a question about it. When people ask me questions about that type of stuff, that's when I answer. But I don't lead with that. That's why would I
Right.
lead with that? That's not going to get us anywhere.
Right.
So yes, I have talked about it, and anybody that can vouch will tell you that a lot of the times, most of the times, when I'm talking about things that the spiritual conscious community, political community, any people talking about, is because of the questions that people ask me, not because I'm running out here saying, "Hey, y'all, we was Atlanteans and we was Lemurians and we was bro." I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, 1998.
Yeah, I feel like he. I just was taking it in because you know how people say knowledge is power,
Okay.
and and he was like making it known, saying like these things are real. The stuff that you see on TV and all that, they got it from something, and nothing is just made. I don't know about the they ain't got no soul part, or they ain't got no way of creating things, but he basically was saying like everything that we see, it comes from something. Like the like the different realms. He said one was the plasma realm, one was the realm where like King Kong. I don't know how he got there. He say
Plasma realm.
yeah, plasma realm. He said that's where they get the Dragon Ball Z shit from. Uh,
Okay. Who exists? Who exists in the plasma realm?
uh I don't know, man. I just was
You
saying
know
where he.
what plasma is, bro? You know our sun is composed of plasma.
Yeah, so anything energy like energy
It's a
source.
state.
That's a state of energy.
It's a state. They call it a state of matter. Some people say it's energy, but is one. They call it a fourth state. Some of them, some scientists say it's a fourth state of matter. It's reactions that cause it. And I'm asking, who can live in it? Who can dwell in a plasmic realm? You ever play Halo?
Yeah, a long time ago.
You,
I don't remember that
you
much.
don't remember them plasma bombs?
Yeah.
Who can live in that?
So you saying all that stuff was made up?
What I'm saying is, don't believe it. That's what I'm saying. Don't
Oh,
believe
wait.
it. Peace, peace.
This phase one. Hey, tell him I'll be jamming this music.
Who's that?
Phase one.
Hi. No,
Peace,
it's
peace.
not.
Phase. She don't think it's you.
Nah, it's me. You don't look. You don't see that? Hold on. There go me right there.
I want to
Go.
see your face.
Man, I'm
That
not
don't,
up.
that don't cut it.
I ain't
Yeah,
up.
man. See my nappy
I got you. I
program.
got you. She said she said don't cut it. Don't cut it.
Hey, his music hard though, ain't it though, Jim?
It is. I
Thank
like
you
it.
so much. Thank you so much. What's up?
Pops,
What ask
Pops
her what's
my
her favorite
favorite.
song? What's her favorite song?
Larry the NBA young boy, one of my favorites.
Ask her
Pop.
what's her favorite song.
Yeah. What's your favorite song? She don't know. She don't know the names of them. She
Oh,
just
okay.
know I just be playing them.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I appreciate love that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
All right, let me bring up this rule. Was that it? That's
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
questions?
that's it. That's all I want.
All right, fam. Yeah, don't believe nobody, bro, including me. Keep searching.
All right.
All right, peace.
I hang up.
I'm gonna hang up. You good? All right, Ruger 187, right? Because you got to do that. That's where it's at. I'm about to pull you up. Robert saying the same shit. Stop believing in no science is that state of knowing. Y'all been saying this. Like, what's going on? Bro, like, do you teach that same stuff? When people ask me about it, I know all about that stuff. That ain't getting us nowhere. Yo,
Yo,
we're going.
what's up, bro?
What's up? All right, what you got? Question?
Shit, man, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, man.
No.
What's up with we supposed to be starting a revolution and shit?
No. Okay. Tell me what's your idea of revolution?
Man, whatever is moving us forward to not being oppressed by the oppressors, man.
Who are the oppressors?
Come on, why? Look, we already know who the oppressors is. Your whole page is about this shit. I thought your page was like a revolutionary page, man.
You ain't paying no attention in class.
In class?
This is class.
This shit not class. You just sat and told a nigga about Dragon Ball Z and skincare
No, I
for the past 5.
didn't. You weren't listening. I ain't even bring up Dragon Ball Z.
No,
Somebody else said that.
I'm saying he did. You had to let him know it was fake and shit. Like, what?
He wasn't talking about. I ain't telling him Dragon Ball Z was fake. You
Whatever
not
y'all was
listening.
talking about, it wasn't too. It wasn't really too like. Oh, it was like irrelevant to what's going on.
You want to know why you don't know what's going on? Because your ass was busy typing. You
Bro,
trying to
y'all was
respond
talking.
to every idea you think you
Y'all was
hearing.
talking about.
You can't
Y'all was talking about
multitask.
skin shit. Who was black and what race is what and where people come from. Is Latinos real? Hey, don't none of that information help nobody.
Oh, okay. Well, then we good. Then Then you should be gone. You should have dipped when you realized he couldn't help you.
No, bro, that nigga, your page not even where on your page do you talk about what you talking about on this live?
Which part?
I'm saying like where the conversation that you just had with homeboy on your live. Where the fuck do you talk about that type of shit on your page?
I'm not talking about that on my page. You want to know why?
Exactly, that's my point.
Do you want to know why, or are you good?
No, y'all wonder why.
Because he asked questions and I answered them. I have
You
the
should have listened.
answers
You
to
should.
those questions.
It's a couple of different dudes that I follow that's like you, right? And when somebody jump on
You
a live
violated.
and they start talking about
You
when they start
violated.
talking about
You
shit,
just violated.
how?
You said there were people that were like me.
Oh, I mean, I guess you unique.
You
I guess
violated.
that's. I mean, I'm
It's a
saying
violation.
that people that push the same motive or the motive that I thought you was pushing.
Okay, there you go. So then I want to ask you something, right?
Right.
Who are our oppressors according to what I talk about?
Who are our oppressors according to who you
Yeah,
talking
who
about?
are the oppressors according to what because you said I be talking about it all on my page. So according to what's on my page, who are the oppressors?
I mean, I would think you would be talking about whoever the fuck runs the world, whoever is running America, whoever is under this scheme and these facades and all of these, like, you feel me, whatever people be wanting to put on them, like it's
I
called a
want you
whole
to be
bunch of shit.
honest with me now. Are you thinking or do you know that it's on my page that I'm talking about the people who run the world and America and the societies and all that?
That's what listen, that's what my take was from it. I only seen a few videos, you feel me? And from the few videos and like the songs and shit that I was like, I seen you going at Waka
Okay,
and all
give me
that
an
stuff.
okay. I was going to say, give me a but that's not the oppressors.
No,
Unless you're
I'm not
saying like,
saying that. No. I'm not saying that
okay,
Waka is no oppressor or no shit like that. I'm saying, all right. So look, let's go back to the Waka Flocka shit, right?
let's do it.
When you go at Waka Flocka for not for having a platform like that and not speaking out, what you saying he not speaking out about?
Is that why I went at Walker?
Somewhat. That's what you said.
No, I didn't go at Walker for that.
You
I went at Walker because
went
he
at
started.
Waka for saying to you to be cool or
Yeah.
something. But you basically said you basically saying like, nigga, you telling me to be cool, but you got a broader platform than mine, and you not doing nothing to help our community.
Okay, I think I understand what you're asking. Okay, so when it comes to people who have major platforms like that, especially like Jay-Z,
Right.
Waka Flocka, 21
You have
Savage, all of them,
you got a broad reach, and you can reach out to a
and you
lot of
can
people.
and the main message there is first of all outlawing drill music, drill culture, murder culture, the shit that affects our communities firsthand.
Right.
And the lifestyles, the drug taking, the pill popping that they pushing in the music that affects our community
Right.
firsthand.
Right.
Speak out
But
against it.
you not agreeing. You
Don't
not
support
agreeing that
niggas who doing it.
it's a bigger scheme behind that.
Okay, so It's not that it's not a bigger scheme. What I'm saying is, before we get to whoever the fuck do, you ever play video games?
Yeah.
You know how you gotta get to the boss, right?
Right.
Do you just go your ass to the boss? That's the whole game. Is the journey of you just traveling to the boss, or do you got to deal with all the bosses or the beast minions?
Yeah, you got. I mean, you got to deal with everybody.
You got to deal with the minions first.
Right.
Rarely you'll play the game where the beasts show up, do a little punches, and then the minions come between y'all and the beasts run off, right? All right, bro. I know that's like one of the main things people be saying. Why you going there? Then why don't you just go to the main ones? We ain't got to the main ones. And then you need to explain to me how these people, okay, watch this. Which one should I say is the oppressor? The one who pull up on the block shooting at babies and everything to make a point to the nigga they got a problem with, or the one who made the guns?
All right, so look, real quick, right?
Answer the question, please.
No, I'm gonna answer the question, but
All right, go ahead.
I don't want you to think that I'm skipping steps to none. I don't.
Go ahead.
It ain't none of us.
Good.
Listen, as a we got to do this shit as collectively as a whole, because one man out of the army is not gonna be able to move shit. So, like, I'm not sitting here saying like, oh yeah, don't say nothing to these motherfuckers, or don't say nothing to them. Go straight. You're not gonna be able to do that, because it's gonna take all of us as a whole to do that. It's not gonna be 1, 2. It's not even gonna be 10,000 people out of like. It's not gonna be no small amount of people that's gonna be able to change the tide of whatever is going on. So I'm not saying skip the steps and try to go straight for the head and all of that. No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying at all.
You told me, you just lied to me, right? You said, I'm gonna answer your question. Yeah, you'd answer it. I said, which one would make more sense? For me to go at the one who's shooting up the community, or for me to go at the one who made the gun?
You gotta go at the one shooting the community.
And that's what's relevant, is what's necessary, is what's urgent. All right? It's not urgent for me to figure out whether or not these are Zionists and all that. It's not urgent for me that's not urgent. What's urgent is we dying now. What's urgent is we losing our youth now. And then the children who are wanting to become spiritual, they ended up in the hands of people like Rashad Jamal teaching them bullshit.
Right.
So this a war going on right now that ain't nobody want to talk about, that they gonna think about it later on, 10, 20 years from now, everything I was saying, the same way I told them about the young niggas before they became young niggas. Right. And now everybody want to be scared of it. I was talking about the young niggas 15 years ago. I was talking about the young niggas 10 years ago. Everybody wanted to fight me on it. I was talking about the young niggas 5 years ago. Everybody wanted to fight me on it. So, no, I'm not. My thing is to go at things head on relative to what's happening in these situations, as opposed to what's supposed to be this hypothetical cause of these people who bring on these situations. I'm not here to figure out why the nigga is shooting at the people, whether or not his father was in the home because of the drug pandemic.
Yeah, no. That's a fact. I feel like
neutralizing the shooter.
I feel like all of that shit is we done spent. You know how some people spend way too much time learning some shit. We are like, all of that is we should be already past all of that. You feel me? We should already know. We don't got to sit here and figure out.
Are we?
Why motherfuckers is shooting? We don't got. We passed all of that. Everybody, listen. A 10-year-old kid should be able to tell you right now why the fuck is things going down in our inner cities. Like, why are they going down the way that they are?
You haven't talked to the 10-year-olds.
Why haven't I?
Do you have nieces and nephews?
I absolutely do, and I engage with my younger community.
Okay, what are they into?
Not all of them are all on the same thing. When you at an age like between 10 and 15, it's unless you got somebody to talk to you, you just gonna do whatever you see, and the internet is poisoning everybody. Okay, you feel me? The music is poisoning everybody.
Give me some generalities. Give me some generalities if you can. What are some of the things that occupy the time of the 10-year-olds in this day and time?
I mean, it varies for real. It depends on what 10-year-old you're talking about. If you talking about if you talking about a 10-year-old who lack guidance, who don't have no type of role models and all that, he's just gonna fall victim to.
You're not answering.
They don't have a
right? And I know the difference between somebody answering and not answering. You're not answering the question. If I ask you what's a lot of the young niggas on, give me a general thesis of what a lot of the young niggas is on. That's what general means. I gotta add a lot of just in case you don't understand it.
No, that you
what's the
you don't have to You don't have to do nothing. You like don't try to talk
All
to
right,
me
so
like I'm
give
not
me a
intelligent or
general
something, bro.
thesis of what
I
they
just
on. What's the
no
young
listen,
niggas on?
listen. You can't just ask a question and then ask for a general answer when you can't just say that when we talking about a lot of people. All
That's what
young niggas is not on
general
that.
means.
Yeah, but the majority of young niggas is not on that.
The majority of young niggas not on what?
The majority of young niggas is not on like crashing out shit, whatever title you want to give it.
I didn't say what they were on. I asked you to tell me what they were on.
Right, but yeah, it's like you trying to gravitate towards a certain answer though, and I'm trying to tell you that you can't just generally say.
No, it seems like you feel like you being set up, and we're having a conversation moving forward. And the reason why I'm having to push this conversation a certain way is because I asked you a question, I'm not getting an answer.
Yeah, because you can't just get a straight answer off of those types of
You
questions. You
can give
telling
a
me to
generalization. That's
generally
why that
tell you
word
what young
exists.
niggas is on.
You can give a generalization. That's why the word exists.
All right, so look, I'm gonna answer your question for
What
you, right? You
question
said
am I asking? What
you
question
said
you
give me a
asking now?
generalization of what all of the young niggas is on.
The
All of the young
10-year-olds.
niggas
Let's go
is
to the
mostly
10-year-olds.
crashing out. They all crashing out.
Okay. That generalization is based on what?
That generalization is based on the shit that they doing.
Or the media? Which one?
Both.
So your generalization is from your observation that most of the young niggas, meaning anyone between the age of 14 to like 20 something,
Yo,
24,
you
25.
just said, yo, it's crazy because you just said you're not gonna set me up, and then you set me up
How did I set you up?
because that was
Explain it.
my point. You just listen. You just said that it's off of what basically that interpretation is what off of my observation.
No, I didn't say it was. I know you're not used to this. I'm asking you questions. I didn't say anything. I didn't make any statement. You're not being set up. I'm telling you, with a nigga on the first 48 talking some, nah, y'all trying to set me up, but you already done talked 5 hours. Pay more attention, you'll realize all I'm doing is asking you questions.
I answered your question, and what you say back to me?
I said, what is that general? It's another question. What is that
No, 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 no,
general?
no. You
What?
said what is that based off of, and then you gave me. You said is it media? I said yes. What you say after that?
That's not what you said. You're lying. You
What
said
the
it's not
fuck?
based off of media. You said it's based off of what?
I said me, bro. Come on now. Somebody in the comments, please
No,
tell
no,
this man.
no.
I
They're
just said.
listening. You're
I
not
said you can
listening.
say that
You know you
also.
fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, right?
How?
Hey, man. Hey, if any of bro homeboys on here, don't do shit with bro. Check this out, bro. All right, hear what I said. I said, is it? I said, what's the generalization based off of? And you said it's based off what they do,
Right.
what they out here doing. I said, I said based off what, the media? And you were like, no, you like just what they doing. That's what you said. So then that's why I
No,
asked you.
listen.
That's why I asked you about your
You stated
observation.
media, and I agree with media also.
All right. So then, okay, I think we did what we needed to do. So then let's get the 10-year-old answer. What's
Right.
the generalization of what the 10-year-olds are into?
I gave you the generalization. I said that they crashing out and they own shit.
That's not young niggas. 10-year-olds ain't young niggas.
What are they?
They the children. They're babies. They the
What city
kids.
you from, bro?
I'm Atlanta. Where
All
you from?
right, so I don't know what they do in Atlanta, but I mean, not
Where you from?
we talking about a general because I gave you
Okay, where you
a
from?
bracket
Where you from?
between 10. I gave you a bracket between 10 and 15, right?
Where are you from?
I'm from Philly.
Okay, here's what I'm telling you, right? Just so we can move forward conductively or productively. What I'm saying a young nigga is like 14, 15, up to 20, 21, 22, depending
And,
on their lifestyle,
and
23,
what's that's
24.
based off of?
Just based off of the community I've observed, things that I've seen on the media, all of that.
So, and this is why I'm saying that the questions that you asking me, I can't give you straight up answers to
But yet, what you're not understanding is I gave you straight up
me and
answers.
you have witnessed two different communities.
Okay, I still gave you straight up answers, and guess what my answers did? They matched up with yours. The communities ain't that different.
So
Was you paying attention?
you just
I
told me
literally just gave you your answers
you
back
just
to
told
you,
me that
and
a
you telling me we
10-year-old.
observing different
No,
communities.
it's obvious that we observe in two different communities because you just told me that a 10-year-old is not a young nigga and a 10-year-old just shot a playground up in my city the other day.
Okay, I think I understand what you're explaining. So then what is your generalization of what the 10-year-olds around you are into?
Now, I keep giving you the same generalization. They on listen. The thing about it is, I'm giving you that answer because you like you said that you wasn't, but it felt like I'm getting gravitated towards a certain answer. And what I was trying to explain to you is that for a person that's engaged with a lot of the youth, I can't just sit there and say all of the youth or generally, because when you're talking about generally, you're talking about a majority.
There's generalizations that don't have to be extremes. You know that?
It don't have to be extreme,
Okay,
but it's still majority.
do the majority of the youth from 10 years old to 18 have phones?
Yeah.
That's a generalization. Do you feel set up? Do you feel set up?
No, we wasn't. No, that was just an example. How was I going to feel set up?
That's my point. I asked you for a generalization. You went to extremes of whether or not they crashing out. I just asked
Bro,
for a
because
generalization. What's so interesting
that's not the only aspect that we're talking about. You feel me? Like you saying what are generally YNs into right now. It's a lot of them doing a lot
you
of
want to
different
know
shit.
why I went to YNs? Because you struggle with the 10-year-old one. What's so interesting
No, because I'm
is
calling
you
when I say
answered the
YN, I'm
YN
talking
one,
about
but
from
you
10
didn't
to
answer the
15. You
10-year-old
said
one.
YN and you talking about from 15 to 18.
That's my point. It makes it worse in your case because you told me a 10-year-old is a YN, yet you answered the 10-year-old question and the YN question, not the 10-year-old question.
They're all in the same bracket. I'm answering for all. You the one that's
But the 10-year-old you told me you couldn't
differentiating
give
the
a
two ages.
generalization for. What was the point? Because it's not gonna help if we wait on you to find it. The point was the 10-year-olds are on Twitch. The 10-year-olds are watching streamers. The 10-year-olds are on TikTok. The 10-year-olds are on Instagram. Social media is raising them.
Right.
The drill rappers is raising them. You understand what I'm explaining to you?
Right.
So while you're asking me about oppressors that we learned about for people that was dealing with it earlier on, 50, 40 years ago, there are new oppressors. And they're looking just like the people that you want me to team up with, or people want me to team up with to fight against these invisible ones.
No. See, you missed my point. Now I feel like that you think that I was attacking you or something because I never said team up with Waka or whoever else you went at. I told you that specifically. I followed you because of that video. I agree with that whole thing. These motherfuckers got platforms. They sitting there and they still poison the youth with the music and the shit that they do and all of that shit. I agree with all of that.
Okay, so that's an oppressor.
Yeah, he's a form of an oppressor. I call it a puppet because to my knowledge, a oppressor is the motherfucker who at the top. The motherfucker is the one who the nigga who controlling the puppet strings.
Not the nigga who's shooting.
Not
Just the nigga who told him
not the
to go
nigga who's
shoot.
shooting. I'm not saying that he's not still a part of the problem.
You know, I need you to go look up what oppression means.
What you mean what oppression means? To be oppressed to oppress somebody is to fucking damn near take all of their free will.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is rape oppression?
Why wouldn't it be? It's
Yes or
probably not even
no?
oppression. It's probably
And be cautious because I know
what's the other shit
certain
called?
words is hard for people to deal with.
You said what?
It's a very simple question though. It don't even need no teetering. Is rape oppression?
What's the other word called?
Sexual assault?
No, I'm not looking for sexual assault.
Why are
Well,
you
I'm gonna
looking
be
for
real. I'm gonna be
anything?
real.
They
If you raping somebody, then you probably that is a form of oppression. Then I'm gonna go with that.
Why it take you so long to do that? That's why I be like, I'm grateful for me being who I am. Because the community of men we got, I don't know what's going on. Rape is oppression. That wasn't no hard. That wasn't a hard one. That wasn't no setup. That wasn't an attack. That was a very simple one. Is if someone put their hands on a woman and the woman is getting beat on in the house, is that
Yeah,
oppression?
I mean, you ain't even had to ask that question if that was the case, because I just said when somebody is stripped from their free will.
Okay, check this out. Is beating on a woman stripping her of her free will?
No, because she could defend herself. I said if you stripping them from their free will, meaning that you're the one who is oppressing them from doing whatever the hell they want to do freely. You could hit somebody and they have the free will to hit you back. But if you're raping somebody, you're fucking holding them down and seizing them to defend themselves or stop you from doing whatever you're doing.
That's not how rape works. That's not always what rape is.
What the fuck? No, the other. What else? Rape is forcefully taking pussy from a woman. What are you talking about? Or anybody?
Okay, well,
Forcing
here's what
yourself
I
on
need. Here's
somebody
what I need you to do.
sexually.
Here's what I need you to do. I need you to take more time to figure out what sexual assault is, because you don't seem to understand what it is.
Bro, you just sat here and said that sexual assault and rape was two different things. You just asked me that.
You not doing well right now. You asked me for another word. You said, I'm trying to find another word. I said sexual assault. That was based on what you led. I didn't tell you there was no difference.
All
You're
right,
not doing well.
so sexual
Don't
assault
do
is
shit with
oppression.
this man. You need to take that 187 off your name. You don't know nothing
It's
about it.
sexual assault oppression.
Yes.
How?
What?
I could slap a woman on her ass and that's a sexual assault. She could slap the shit out of me back or pull a gun out and shoot me. I did not stop her from her free will.
Your definition of oppression is skewed. I'm helping you.
What,
So,
bro? Yo, bro, you
so
wanna know
what you
what it
gonna tell
is?
the police? I
You
just
be in
slapped her
over
ass.
your
I ain't
head
oppressed
because
her.
you
That was
got a lot of followers and motherfuckers agree
never
with you, and then you think you
mind.
can
Once
play
y'all
word
start doing
games.
that, I don't want to talk no more.
What you mean,
Once
bro?
y'all
Because
start doing that, I don't.
it's like
Because
you trying to play around with my
in
brain,
my
talking about.
mind, you and I are talking. People are listening. But once you start talking about how many followers I got because you don't walk yourself into a corner,
I
are you
didn't
done?
walk myself into anything. It's me and you having a conversation. I'm not
So
even
then why
reading
you
it
bringing up
because you
followers if
talking
people agreeing with me?
about. What do you mean? You saying words that got to do with them. You talking about I look bad and I'm not doing good and all that. We sitting here having a conversation.
Yeah,
See, listen, here go the crazy part, right? Here go my
go
views on shit.
ahead.
Because instead of you saying, damn, little bro, maybe you should take this approach, or maybe you should think like this, you say shit like, look, you done fucked up, or look, you like this. You just want to look better than somebody.
What was your comments doing before you got up here?
My comments was saying that the shit that you were saying was pointless. That's exactly what it was.
Then you just wanted to look better
How?
than me because
How do I want to look
you were
better than
on
you
my
telling you what
live.
y'all talking about is
You were
shitty? I
on
would say
my
that shit to my
live
mother.
telling me that what I was saying was pointless. You were trying to
How,
look better than me in my
how
platform.
is that trying to look better than you,
That's
bro?
fucked up. That's fucked up.
Explain
I
that.
did.
You the word guy.
I did.
You the literacy guy. Tell me how me saying that what y'all talking about is pointless is me trying to look better than you. It was two people on the live. How you know I wasn't trying to look better than the other nigga?
It was two people on live.
Yes, you were on live talking to somebody else. My comments was general. I said
Oh,
the
you were trying to
conversation
look
that
better
y'all
than you were
two
trying
are
to look.
having
You were
was
trying to look
pointless.
better.
So
Yeah,
how are you saying that I was trying to look better than you?
you were trying to look better than both of us or one of us.
I wasn't trying to look better than nobody. I was stating a fucking fact that the conversation wasn't helping shit.
Okay, there you go. I wasn't trying to look better than anybody. I was stating the fucking fact that the conversation wasn't helping shit.
Exactly. That's not me trying to look better than you. That's not me.
Exactly.
That's
That's
not
not
me.
me
That's
trying to
not
look
me
better than you.
belittle it. That's not me like trying to
That's
like
not me
belittle the
belittling you.
situation. No, I just said that the conversation ain't
I was
helping
just
shit. It really ain't.
saying that the conversation wasn't helping shit.
That's all.
That's it. I don't know if you understand. So check this out. When I asked you if rape was oppression, you had to deliberate upon it. You had to think about it. You had to debrief. There was nothing to think about. You took that aggression and spun it on me as if I
Wait.
caused you to
Hey, let
have
me
to
ask you
think
a
about it.
question, right? Let me ask you a question.
It's free.
How
Go
are
ahead.
you going to tell me is nothing to think about?
It's nothing to think about. Rape is oppression.
So you telling me that if you ask me some shit, I can't take the time to think and answer carefully
No,
about the
I
shit?
didn't say that.
So what do you mean I didn't have to think?
You didn't have to think about that.
How are you telling me I didn't have to think about nothing? You asked me a question and I thought about it.
You already had an idea of what oppression was.
I did, but I wanted to answer it carefully. We having a somewhat educated conversation right now.
I like how you put somewhat there. That'll help the situation. Okay, check this out. It's rape oppression.
I already gave you the answer that oppression is taking free will from somebody.
See? So you got to think about it again. Somehow something in you is not letting you just say, yes, it's rape oppression.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's like
Is it
you don't even have an end point to that shit. Rape is oppression. Where's the analogy? Like where are you referencing that to?
walk with me? Remember? Okay. Is shooting at somebody
No.
oppressive? That's not oppressive?
No.
You need to look more into oppression. That's all I'm saying.
So me shooting at a nigga is
Yes.
oppression? How?
You're literally oppressing him.
Okay, I'm asking you how.
Okay, they're literally being oppressed by you shooting at them.
I'm
That's oppression.
asking you how. What is my actions doing that's stopping them from being freely to do whatever the fuck they want to do back?
Why do you think that that's your like? Okay, why is that your definition of oppression?
What do you mean? Why that's my definition of
You
oppression?
still on the free will thing. The,
If
the
if
people who were
somebody is
oppressed
not
in
listen,
slavery,
if
did they have
somebody
free will?
actually, let me hit you with one, right? And this one you could base this off of video games, you could base it off real life, whatever,
Let's
right?
do it.
You said shooting at someone is oppressing them. It's
Yep.
not oppressing them. It's actually suppressing them.
Okay, it's oppressing and
No,
suppressing them,
it's
and
just
it's
suppressing them
compressing them.
because it's just suppressing them because if I suppress, if you lay down
Suppress.
suppressing fire on an enemy or whatever the case may be, you not fully stopping them from shooting back at you. The goal is to do that, but they still have the free will to do whatever the fuck they want. They still have the free will to shoot back at you. They have the free will to run. They have the free will to do whatever.
Then your definition of oppression means that nobody was ever oppressed.
My definition of oppression means nobody was ever oppressed.
No, yeah, the slaves were, or the prisoners of war were not oppressed because they had the ability to fight back. The people who experienced rape, they weren't oppressed. They had the ability
No,
to fight back.
they
The,
weren't. No, they weren't. How
right?
did slaves have the ability to fight back?
That's how you're able to ask that question and not still be in chains.
You're not about to tell me
Hold
that
on, hold on. Did you
they
catch that?
shackled and innovated all of these different things for these people not to fight back, and then say they could have fought back. That's
They
like
still could have
Kanye
fought back.
saying motherfuckers chose to
They
be slaves.
still could have fought back. Did they fight back ever?
Yeah, there's a lot of different points in histories where they say that it was
Did
people trying to fight
they
back.
fight back?
Yes.
Well, then they weren't oppressed based on your definition. Simple. So then what? You know why we got here? Because you asked me a question about oppression, and you were talking about how my page is supposed to be based
So
on me speaking out against oppression.
right.
Well,
We,
excuse
we
me.
got all of that part real quick. Real
Excuse me.
quick.
Hey, so TJ, you can come up here in a second, family, because you got a lot of stuff you got to deal with internally. You turned on Rashad Jamal. He turned on a lot of people. I think you just got a lot of shit going on mentally. Go ahead, brother.
I want to know, right? What so if I'm going about it wrong, I can acknowledge that if I'm wrong. You feel me? Like I can't sit here and verbatimly tell you from out of a book or whatever what these definitions means. I don't got no encyclopedia or dictionary, none of that right here. So if you got this type of intel, spill it on me.
Okay. So oppression is taking anybody at any given time out of their own tranquil state and causing any type of harm to them, physical, mental, whatever you want to call it. That's oppression.
And this is like the this is not your definition. This is the majority agreed upon definition.
I don't have the majority agreed upon definition. I think some people will put in definitions in the chat that you can check on. Historically, meaning even how the word is being
Right?
used, that's what oppression is. You don't have to always put your hands on somebody and cause abrupt force to oppress them.
No, not at
You
all.
can
I
say
mean,
words
most of
to
the oppression
people.
that's going on right now is psychological.
You can say words to people exactly that oppress them. You can put them in situations that oppress them. So
Right.
my point to you is, you asked me if we were going to be going against the oppressors, and you said that that's what I speak about on my page. So let's make sure we get it clear. I know we went all over. Who are the oppressors?
No. I'm trust me. I'm definitely still locked in. You
Okay,
feel me? And
who are the
what you
oppressors?
listen, what you explaining all of that, I get what your motive is now. You saying who the oppressors, and you gonna go at the closest motherfuckers that's doing it right now. If we can't all collectively go for the head, then we gonna go at the motherfuckers who poisoning who that's within us that's helping poison us.
Simple. Simple.
Now let me ask this though, right?
Go ahead.
That the only reason why we got, or not, I ain't even gonna say why we got here, but for what I was saying is, how is you was talking about with the bull before this. Like, how is that directed towards that motive?
How's it directed toward the motive of what? Silencing and shutting down the deceptions
Yeah,
and the
or
people who are oppressing
like
it. The
just
brother was a
dealing
follower
with
of people like Rashad.
us.
I got your question. The brother was a follower of people like Rashad Jamal. And from my observation, Rashad Jamal set up a lot of people to not be scientists, to not be accountable for what's happening in their reality, to be more spiritually aloof, all right, than scientific and sound based on proof.
Right.
You know what I mean? So from my observation, I was able to see and group Rashad Jamal with those who poisoned the community. So he was asking me questions based on my assertion that this person is poisonous and the things they teach is poisonous. So if he's getting answers and he's able to not just believe what I'm saying, don't believe what I'm saying. If he's able to go and check it out and switch, which a lot of people have since all of this began, especially with Rashad Jamal, if he's able to switch his mode of how he goes about things, then guess what winds up happening? They join in the fight of destroying the illusion, encouraging more people to be scientific and taking accountability for what's going on in their lives, as opposed to pointing to some oppressor that we can't see, some white supremacy construct that we can't see. And then we have more active soldiers on the grounds who are using their brain. And I'm gonna wrap it around to that revolution, and then we're gonna get some more people on here. Our revolution gonna have to be brain work, not framework. Our
Right.
revolution will have to be mental, not physical. Our revolution has to be more of what we do with our brains, as opposed to picking up guns and going to go die, basically.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then all these soldiers go out here following people like Rashad Jamal, say, y'all ain't serious about the revolution. They pick up guns, they die. The police shoot them. Okay, they die off. They got to deal with the fact that the people in their community ain't really with that. Then they also have to deal with the fact that even if they were able to get a majority of the people in their community to go up against some of these militaries, not only will we lose most, if not all of those fathers and brothers, then the children grow up without those fathers. We set ourselves up for another mess.
Right.
Unless you talk about sending children to war, so then we lose children's lives in vain, or they shut down the resources in the community. The women are going frail. They're losing their frame. They're not able to support the children while we're away at war because they done shut down the communities. They done poisoned the air. They done made it be that ain't no food trucks able to come through. You know what I'm saying? They taking the women and capturing them. Listen, why would you provoke the lion to show you he's more of a beast than you?
Right.
One more time. Why would you provoke the lion to show you he's more of a beast than you? Look at this 100 men versus gorilla bullshit. How about one man versus the gorilla? So we can deal with it naturally. That's
Right.
not a natural assertion that 100 niggas get together to fight a gorilla. What about the one man who encounters the gorilla and the gorilla having a bad day and you walked into his territory, right?
No,
And if you
that's
don't know no
that.
better of how to move and, okay, you provoke the beast to show you he's more of a beast than you. They call America the beast. Okay, then they talk about the countries as body parts of the beast, heads of the beast. You telling me y'all are ready for a revolution against not just America, Korea, South Korea, North Korea, Russia, all of their
Israel. Yeah.
militaries? And you know that these people, listen, you be 5-6 years old training for the military in South Korea, North Korea.
Yeah.
You ever seen one of their armies?
Yeah.
You see how they walk and they look like they twin, like they're multi-dimensional versions of each other? Okay, can you get two niggas to walk like that?
Hell no.
The closest we got to niggas walking like that is the NOI. And you want to know what they on their way to go march to conquer? The bank. Economics.
Right.
They're not that military ain't, that's not for the US. They don't have that militia to go up against the beast. They have that militia to protect their own, which means people who are of the NOI, and to protect their livelihood, their lifestyles. They work with one another. They thinking of how we got to beat them, how we going to overcome we. That's what I'm saying. So long as I don't got no problem with you. That's why I tell y'all to come up here. I know how it is. Nigga can get the goofing and shit, but it's like, talk to me. You see, it's like, okay, you got your questions answered. I didn't dodge you. I didn't, bleep you out. I gave you the opportunity to step to Omari or Faise One and put me to it and see whether or not I know what I'm talking about or if I can even explain. So as far as all that, I'm gonna let you go. As far as all that, all the other stuff, back and forth, the running you around, the intellectual sword swinging, that ain't even what it's all about. That was just me showing you who you were dealing with. Okay, then that's good. All right, well, I love you then, bro. You be safe. All right, peace. All right. Where we at? Oh, ASO TJ, come on up, bro. I provoke because I don't believe. Will niggas still die once activated by the sun planet? Listen, I ain't got there. I can't tell you what's gonna happen when niggas activate by the sun. Oh, I see you, Mr. Do It All. My bad. Hey, so TJ, if you ain't on here, just say you ain't. Oh, it's invited. You ain't coming up though. I'm gonna ask you a question. Are Masons Luciferians? Okay, so do you? All right, Mr. Do It All, you about to come up. Rashad Jamal also talked about going to war and shoot at the police. Mr. Do It All, you declined. Dex Selena, can you please explain something to me? You said you can't stand me. Why are you on this live? You said you can't stand me. You don't even follow me. How do you know I'm live? I'll answer it for you. You can't stay away. A lot of y'all can't stay away. I swear, I can't stand him. I hate him. He's a clout chase. You can't stay away from this shit because you know something happening. So why stand out against me then? Why not just send love? You on the live. Talking about some what the fuck? First of all, someone dragged me to your live, dummy. Drag me. There go the oppression. There go the oppression. Where bro at? RPG. What you said? 187? Ruger 187? Hey, the more you talk, the less sense you make. Stop, Dex Selena. Quick to be on the dick that I don't have because I'm not a man. And if I was, wouldn't nothing be wrong with that. So don't panic. Nah, Desalina, you come up here too. What type of smoke you think you got that you can't watch you decline? You know the name. I don't have no choice. It says Dexalina. I can't do nothing but know it. Unless it's fake. If that's the case, unless it's not your name. Yo.
Who declining, nigga?
Huh?
Quick to talk shit. Who declining?
You didn't decline. All
Oh, okay.
right, did I answer your question?
Yeah.
All right, why you can't stand me?
Cause you a phony posing ass nigga.
All right, explain
You was
how.
a funny posing ass nigga with poise.
Okay, you dissed me and then you lifted me up, which I appreciate, love.
You
Can you
know how I
explain to
do
me
it.
how I'm a phony posing? How am I a phony poise nigga? Can you explain that?
You know already. You know who you are.
Okay.
You know what you
That's not
for.
that's not relevant though, right? Because if I know it, how do you know it?
Listen, the devil still help God. Okay.
The devil still help
The
God.
devil still doing God's work.
Okay, when the devil helps God, you still can't stand him.
I ain't say I ain't stand him.
You said you can't stand me.
I can't stand your ass because you really you doing the work. You ain't even that ain't even your job.
I'm doing the devil's job.
Yeah.
Then you should be able to
But
stand
you
me.
ain't hurting nobody. You hurting yourself.
All right, how am I hurting myself?
Because what you project out into the world is just going into yourself. You just injecting that motherfucker into yourself.
Okay, explain it. How? What did I do that injected into me?
You do too much, my nigga. Like, but you still the help. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still putting it out to the people, and you still giving them some type of feeling, some type of hope. But like, nigga, like, it's like you gotta roll your own boat. You know what I mean? Like, niggas don't need no hope. Niggas don't need no help from nigga. Niggas gotta get the help. Niggas gotta help themselves. When you
That's
go
what
to
I tell
school,
them.
nigga, you ain't no school, nigga. When you go to school, nigga, you gotta learn how to. You gotta learn to learn, nigga. We don't need it. If y'all niggas that's on this nigga dick, need to learn from this nigga, then that's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
They still learning to learn. Like you said they need to do. When you go to school, get what you learning from. Teachers. Did you think about that?
Yeah, but who made you the teacher? The teacher?
The teacher made me this. Yeah.
Well, that's because, you know what I mean? Like, you got a physical body and you could do the work. That's like if a nigga tell you, yo, you want to make some money, go sell his crack because he don't want to do it. Or he can't do it. You know what I mean? He not on the streets no more or whatever. He don't grow up. He got
Crack
the
is gonna
title.
fuck up the community and get the nigga that's selling it put in jail.
Yeah,
Teaching
but
people to take care of themselves ain't gonna do either one of those things.
I know what I'm saying. Like, you pointing some shit out, right? You feel like you knowledgeable?
That's a question.
Yeah.
I'm knowledgeable.
Yeah, but like knowledge is bigger than knowledge. It's not what you know. Like, you know how to point and show a nigga the direction, but nigga, like, you gotta beat it.
You
Like,
didn't
you
ask me if I felt like I was wisdomable. I'm wisdomable. You only asked me one part
got
of it. You
like
didn't ask me if
have.
I have overstanding. You didn't. I answered your question.
What?
Yes. That's like you asked
I
me, do
don't.
you have $1? And you be like, I got way more than $1, which means you still got $1, right? I'm not gonna judge you based off of this
I'm
one
not.
answer.
Yeah, I'm not good with math. But, um. Anyway, all I'm saying is the reason why you do this shit is because you need help
With
and
what?
you want to learn, and you want to learn. You treat people how you want to be treated. You do shit how you because you want it done to you. So all that teacher shit you doing is because you need a teacher.
I have a teacher.
Nah, but you need like the teacher, like the woman teacher,
Oh,
like the
I
one
have a
just.
woman. I have a
But
woman.
you gotta open your mind to everything. The thing is, once you close your mind, especially in spirituality, that's not enough. Like, and
Do
I
you feel
feel like that
like you
shit, no,
close your mind to me?
that shit y'all on is some closed mind shit.
Do you feel
And like
like you close your mind to
some
me?
one track mind shit. Y'all not even in New York.
Do you feel like you close your mind to me?
No, because I feel like you still gonna be on that dumb shit.
Okay, do you feel like you close your mind to me though, regardless of whether or not I'm on dumb shit or not dumb? You feel like you close
I
your
ain't
mind
fully
to
closed.
me?
I ain't fully closing my mind to you because I said you is the help. Like, you the help, but shit.
But what?
All right.
Do
It's
you need help?
we all need help.
Okay, well then we're in the same boat. I need help. You need help. You said we all need help, so you can't take it back. All right, so then why do I irk you?
Because like I don't really want to like step on nobody's toes, but like that whole Dr. York shit, like it's cool and everything. That nigga taught a lot, but there's always more to learn. There's always more to be open to.
That's
You
what
know
he
what I mean?
taught. He
Yeah,
taught it was more to learn than him.
right. So why y'all going so hard for? He ain't even going that hard.
Yes, he is. He's fighting to get out of prison every day.
Right, but so why y'all fighting like y'all in prison? Y'all doing
Well,
shit backwards. Like I feel like y'all
okay.
just I don't know. I feel like y'all going a little too hard. You know, once a nigga know he God, now he a God. Like it's like it don't gotta go. You ain't gotta go that hard. Like it's like
Oh no, that's the thing. I thought you said I was the help. So once I help one person, you know there's more people to help.
yeah, and you helping them. That's like, alright, that's like niggas is hungry and you helping them get bread and chitlins and shit. But they really supposed to have some seeded fruit, and you helping them get GMO fruit and shit. Like you the help, but shit, it's some better help. You know what I mean?
Okay, what's better help?
Um,
What's the better
better
help than
better
everything that Dr. Malachi York
better
taught?
help is quieting down and like, you know, you doing what you're doing because it's a business. You know what I mean? You got to make money. You got to eat. And you deserve to eat. You know what I mean? You a god nonetheless, but it's like motherfuckers just be doing too much, bro. Like,
Well, I was doing this before. Listen, I was doing this since I was 10
and
years. I wasn't making a dime. I didn't start making money till 2019 off music.
yeah, but
I was doing this since I was 10 years
it
old.
just so happened you lucked up for the COVID shit and the whole spirituality opening and up and shit. Like, so it helped you up your
Do you
shit.
want to know who helped the? Never mind. I ain't
It
gonna go
helped
there.
you up your shit, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The
You know what I mean? We supposed to be.
2020 shit that blew up was. You're welcome.
Nigga said she venting, and y'all listening. Thank you.
But
But
sometimes that's all we need.
yeah.
Sometimes we just want to talk. I don't think you. I
Nah, but
can't
when I
sense it.
see you, like, I'm a chosen, right? So when I see you and I see your page, I'm like, you dying to be chosen because
Chosen for what?
you was chosen in the physical, but you wasn't chosen in the spiritual. Like niggas done
Prove
had
it.
ceremony,
Prove it. Prove it.
niggas
Prove
done
it.
Niggas done been sucked into astral projection, fucking ceremony and shit through the spiritual world, my nigga. Like, it's like you doing shit in the,
That was my life.
you doing shit in the
That
flesh,
was my life.
and
That was my
you
life.
doing spiritual shit in the flesh, my nigga. Like, it
Like
don't
what?
add up.
Like what? What am I doing? That's spiritual in the flesh.
Popping shit.
That's a spiritual thing to do.
Yeah, I mean that's the spiritual shit that you doing. You using your throat, you using your organ and shit to speak and shit. But it's like it's not all that way. Like you
Aren't
gotta
you
let other
using your organ to speak right
you
now?
gotta bring other people in. Like you gotta bring other people in, and not just your kinfolk that you know like that's on that same, you know what I mean, same
Yo,
shit.
what do you think I'm doing? How do you
And I
think I got 400 some thousand followers, millions of streams? I brought people in.
niggas is trying to learn. You know what I mean? I don't gotta learn.
Then, all right, then why didn't
That's
you
why
just leave
niggas
me
is
alone?
confused. That's why niggas is confused with 607 Uncle Smoke the Creator and shit. I'm not confused with that shit, bro. But I'm confused with the shit that you be on, cause it's like,
All right, then it might be something to learn about it, especially if you're
pick
confused
some shit
about it.
up.
So
Pick,
then you should. Why don't you ask questions instead of just assuming and asserting?
I'm not assuming. I feel I know energy and I know people and I know everybody and I so everybody I come into, like, you know what I mean. I come in to person with, I already know them.
Okay, well, who am I?
You like on some fraud shit,
No, who
bro.
am
Like,
I? Not what I'm on. Who
and
am I?
that shit that they say, what Smoke said
You're
about
not
that phase
answering.
one shit, the phase one shit, the war, whatever shit, that shit,
You're not
yeah, all of that. That's
answering.
what you are.
You're not
Look back in
answering.
the
You
smoke.
just said you know who people are.
Y'all look back in the Smoke Creators page and see what she said about what phase
Oh,
one
then
is.
Smoke, the creator knows. What do you know?
She know, I know. I don't gotta
Who
know
am I?
for me to know.
Who am I?
Nigga, you are what you are, and I don't know
Yeah,
from
who am
far.
I?
I don't know
Now
from
you on.
far.
Now you on the seat.
I
You
don't
on the
know
seat
from
now.
far, nigga. But maybe I gotta wish up on a little star, cause
Who
I don't
am
know
I?
what the fuck. I don't know, nigga.
You just said you know everybody when you meet them.
Yeah,
Who
but
am
I
I?
don't know. I'm not the flesh. I know your soul.
All right,
I
who is
already
my
told you this.
soul?
The fraud.
My soul is a fraud.
Yeah,
How can your soul be a fraud?
cause you on some more shit, my nigga.
The
Like, I
fact
don't
that
know.
you even can say my
You
soul
on
is a
some other
fraud
shit.
is to admit that I have a soul.
Right, you do have a soul.
And
Africans
it's a
got souls
fraud?
too.
All right, explain how
Africans
my
got
soul
soul.
is a fraud.
Africans
Explain
got
how the
souls
soul.
too.
Okay, can you explain how the soul is a fraud?
Cause you using it and you know you got it, so you're using it. But it's like, what you getting from that? Like,
Right.
it, it's like you moving in like a lot of ego, like a lot of pride. I feel like, but the reason why you able to like take shit in is because you know you need to change and you want to change, but you don't even know that shit. But you do know that shit. Like your soul know that shit.
Which one is it?
Your soul know that shit.
Okay, I know what my soul know.
You
Don't
don't
I?
because you don't because it's like just like how you get a thought. You don't know the next thought you're gonna get. So you know you don't fully know yet. So we all still on our journey.
No,
So
I
for you
said
to
I
be
know what my soul know. You said my soul knows I need to change or I want to change. I
right,
know that too.
right, okay,
So
that's good.
so then what's the fraudulent part? You know, if I was a fraud, I wouldn't be able to say that.
The fraudulent part is that when you get in the dark, nigga, you start doing your own shit. Ain't nobody asked for.
Like what?
Like the shit that you think is good, like all that shit you do, like your whole page. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, you know what you're doing, bro.
I'm asking you what I'm doing because you're the seer
Why
here.
you want to know? It's like people know what they do and want to
I'm testing you
hear you
because you
say
said
it.
you know.
I
It
don't
shouldn't be
need
no
to be.
problem. You should be able to just
I
tell
don't
me.
need to be tested. It's
You're
like
being
men always
tested.
men always need the mathematical solution, the black and white, the
The
evidence, the
spiritual
proof,
men
the
or the
visuals,
physical men?
the proof, the
All
evidence,
right,
the black and white, the
is my
straight and
soul a
narrow, and
man?
it's not always like that.
Is my soul a man or a woman?
You sound like a hater.
Is my soul a man or a woman?
You both.
My soul is both man and woman.
Yep.
All right, how does that work?
You tell me. What you think it is? You thought it was just one?
I don't know what it is. You tell me.
I feel like it's both.
That's
Nigga
different.
said, who hurt you, sister? You hurt me, nigga.
I respect you saying you feel like, right? Because that's different than knowing.
Yeah, men think they're illogical, but they are illogical for thinking that for being illogical.
Okay. Here's what I'm
And,
feeling.
and y'all could be confused, and I could sound confused and all that, but
You
God
talking to
has
me? me. You're
Listen
not
to
even
me.
talking to
Hold
them.
on, let me
That's a
just
lot
not
of
because I'm
souls to
seeing the
try to
comments
read,
and
by the way.
I've been ignoring them. I'm God hide me in plain sight, nigga. I'm hidden in plain sight, right in your
God,
motherfucking
but,
face,
but I'm
nigga.
looking right at you.
It's the chosen in the motherfucking flesh, nigga. And I may not be able to explain this shit, nigga, but I can show you the motherfucking way, nigga. Just fucking sit here, watch, nigga, watch, listen, nigga, and shut the fuck up. For one.
So when you say you can show them the way, you mean like
And
teach them?
mental health is nigga. If it was mental health, nigga, that means it's a gift, nigga. I got it from God, nigga. Naturally,
You
nigga.
saying you
I
can show
haven't
them the
learned
way,
it.
like teach them? You saying you could teach them?
Yeah, I could teach them, but like
But,
they don't
but
want to
what?
learn, nigga. When I like my jewels is so hidden that like I give you that shit, let you hold it, and you still don't feel that shit, my nigga. Like it's just that's just what it is. I can't really tell you, but I'm definitely hidden in plain sight, nigga.
Okay. Well,
I don't
I'm
gotta come to the forefront and get the stage. I am the stage. When I come out, niggas is everybody like in a frenzy.
not
But
in a frenzy.
and that's not even no ego talk. It's just my
But look,
gift.
look, look.
My
I'm not in
gift
a
because
frenzy.
I'm a healer.
Did you
I'm a
hear me?
healer. I'm a
You heard
healer.
me?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not in a frenzy
Now you're not in a frenzy because you are the frenzy, bro. Of course you're not in a frenzy.
because I am the frenzy.
Yep. You a frenzy ass nigga.
Frenzy. I ain't never heard that. I'm a frenzy ass nigga. So why I'm not frenzying?
You do that shit all day.
Why I'm not doing it right now? When,
Because you
if
wanna
anything, if somebody come up to challenge you, that would be
because you
more
wanna learn.
time. Okay, I'm not in a frenzy because I want to learn.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
about
I
a
always want
challenge.
to learn, so I'm never in a frenzy.
No. And
Okay,
when
when
it's
do I
time for
not
you
want to
to
learn?
teach, you be in a frenzy.
When it's, I'm always teaching.
Nigga said, "Devil, go back to hell." Like, nigga, go to bed, bro. Like, y'all
Are
niggas
you?
don't even know what the
Are
fuck
you?
y'all talking about,
Why does
bro.
this?
Like,
Why does it
y'all
matter what
niggas
they're
is
saying?
my sons. Like, y'all niggas like men. Y'all my sons, bro.
Why
And
are you
I
so
am the mother of
distracted
this
by
earth,
what other
nigga.
people are
Like, I
saying?
really know shit, nigga.
Why are you so distracted by what other people are saying?
Because it's like it's always that you gotta understand that I'm God's warrior. I'm a chosen one. I'm God's warrior. So
Who is God?
I always gotta fight, bro. Like
Who is God?
every
If
time I come
you
on
don't
here,
mind
nigga,
explaining.
I always gotta fight, nigga. I gotta tussle everywhere I fucking go.
I got you. You say that. You say that you guys warrior. Who is God? What's that?
Nigga, what it is, the most high.
Yeah. What's
Raul back, nigga.
that? What's that? When you say most high, that's letting me think that you're talking about levels of a thing because you're saying a height.
The most
So who is most high? Who
high,
is
the
that?
creator. The most high, the creator who created us.
I thought your mother and your father created you.
She claims to be the mother of this earth. Like y'all niggas sound corny as fuck. My
I
mother and
thought
my
your mother
father.
and your father created you.
Yes, in the flesh.
Okay. So he didn't create your flesh.
He created my flesh through them. Like you know what I mean? Flesh is flesh. They keep going through the flesh. Like, but nigga is spirit first, is a light first. I'm a light first.
Okay. So you saying that there's somebody that
Cause
created
I could
the
true
light?
beauty.
The light, light is physical too.
Yeah, it is.
So where does spirit come in? What's the spirit?
You ask yourself that question, my nigga. You're not gonna put me on trivia, test, pop quiz. We're not doing none of that.
Hey,
But if
listen,
you really
the
want to
true light
know,
don't
if
mind
you
being
really
tested.
want to know, you're not
The
asking
true
these
light
questions
doesn't
because
mind
you
being
want to know.
tested.
You asking these questions to test my knowledge and wisdom, and that's
The,
not how it works.
the true light doesn't
You
mind being
don't even
tested. I'm just gonna let you know that.
know how to like figure out what you need to know, bro. Like
That's
you
I
worry
do.
about the
You want to
wrong
know how?
shit.
You want to know how you can figure out what you need to know? Ask
It's
questions,
low
and I'm doing it now.
vocabulary, nigga, because vocabulary ain't even it, bro. So I could fucking speak
I'm doing
base.
it now.
Like,
I'm testing you now. I'm
yeah, you're
asking
testing
questions
me.
now.
Yeah, I don't need to be tested, bro.
Okay.
I don't test you when you.
You
I
said I
don't
didn't
test
know how
you,
to
and when
get
I
what I
did,
needed.
and when I
Mm-hmm.
did test you a long time ago, it was what it was. We left it at that.
Okay. What did you test me?
And
How?
I respected you for what you were saying about other spiritual niggas. I was like, I respectfully, but I was like, same time you still doing too much. But yeah, I mean, respectfully, I get what you're saying.
So then, okay, you get what I'm saying.
I
I'm
get what you're
helping
saying in the
people. I'm
aspect, like,
teaching people. So far, I'm not understanding what is the issue.
bitch, you're lost. Like, shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas need to suck my like word, suck something, my nigga. I don't know what
Because
y'all
you
need
don't
to
have a
suck,
dick.
but suck something, cause I don't got a dick, word.
Right.
But I did have a dick,
When?
maybe in my past life, before I
Maybe.
became a female. Well, I know, but I don't. I wasn't there, so I can't. But that's what I know in my mind.
You know, but you wasn't there, but maybe. You understand? You
Basically,
see how
maybe
it's a
because
difference?
I can't
Basically,
prove.
maybe.
I can't
Okay,
prove
I
it as a.
understand.
I can't prove it as a fact. But you know what it was. Like you was a female before you got here. You was a
How I
female
know that?
your last
How
passage.
would I know that? How would
I
you know
know
what I
that.
was? You don't even know what you were.
It's just your energy. That's why you asked was you was a woman or a man. You are a man, but you was a woman.
Oh, my energy says I was a woman.
You was a woman.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. Can you explain how?
Thank, thank you, love, for wishing positivity on my soul. God bless, little Twinkle Bell, girl.
Can you explain
Get
how
your
my
melanin up,
energy
girl. Get
says
your
I was a
melanin up,
woman? I'm
girl.
just trying to figure out.
Go
Never mind.
tan,
Look, I think that's a
girl.
little too deep.
Get that red
Cause when
wig
it
off
came
your
to
head, girl. You know that's low vibrational, the red. We don't do that on our crown no more. But what you say?
okay, what do we do on our crown now?
Now we just let that motherfucker be out, be burnt.
No, you don't, because you got something on it right now,
Yeah, you gotta cover it. No, no, I'm saying like as far as like putting a wig on and shit like that, like
which
hat,
is a covering.
but a scarf you could cover it.
What's the difference between a wig covering and a scarf covering?
The wig is not real. So and if it so like
Oh shit.
if it's real human hair, like it block your crown. Um if you get the braids, it's chemicals that go into your your endocrine glands, all that shit. You get sick, but y'all probably don't. Some people don't realize it. It take a while, but it's toxic. And then like synthetic, I guess,
So
is
the
like
wig
with
covers
synthetic
it.
hair.
The wig covers your hair, right?
Yeah,
And so does the scarf.
yeah, but it's not like it's a fabric. It's not. It's cloth. It's not. It's not like a chemical in it. It's not. It's
Not
not
every wig has
real
chemicals
hair.
in it.
It's not real hair.
Oh, I was
Because
scared.
real hair still got somebody else energy on that shit or whatever. They put chemicals in that shit too, bleach it, do all that shit. So yeah, y'all dumbass bitches that don't know that. That's why y'all where y'all at and questioning me.
Okay. I think
Okay,
I
fuck you.
think you I think you got more work to do, and I think you found someone who
No, I just don't
has done a
got time.
significant
I don't
amount of
got
work.
time to explain the bullshit. Like all that small talk shit in the comments. Like I don't got time for that shit. And y'all will always oversee me. Y'all will always overlook me. Y'all will always think I'm delusional. Y'all will always. That's how God hide me in plain sight. So I'll just be talking my shit. Same time.
So
But
why'd you
niggas know
come
who I am.
on?
Niggas know
Why
who
did
I
you
am.
come on the live?
Nigga, I even met
Listen,
one of them. A nigga, people. I done met people, spiritualists, herbalists, saying I could be a teacher. Like I am a teacher. Like niggas just called me a teacher yesterday. Like the way I do it is gonna be different, and it's gonna be for niggas that you know what I mean, that I need to grab and pull in.
ain't that what I'm doing?
But you doing it like
Different,
like like one
different.
way, like so one way, and it wasn't your way. Like you ain't wake up and think what Dr. York was thinking.
That's he didn't want me to.
So, but you going off all on guidelines.
No, I'm not.
So what you going off?
I'm, I'm a seeker. I go off what I find and see it works.
All right, well that's good. You keep doing the work. You got a lot of work to do.
Okay.
That's how you think I got a lot of work to do. Maybe I do. Maybe I do as far as showing up and being socially like what proper and shit. I ain't got time for that shit. But maybe one day.
No, just stable. You just need more stability.
Why you say that?
Cause it's true.
Men men gotta
Why did
see
you
black and white.
go back to? Why did
Logical,
you go to the gender?
mathematical,
Why you keep
evidence,
going back to the gender? You supposed to be
scientific shit.
beyond all of that.
Because that's why you don't understand.
Then why are you talking to me?
I really don't, because niggas done drag me in, and I'm like, bro, let me just come and see. I still be having hope in the like, you know what I mean, in a situation like,
I'm not
and
drag
damn
animal.
well I already know how it's gonna
I'm
go.
not gonna be anywhere I'm not supposed to be, anywhere I don't want to
Somebody
be.
had put me onto the
If you
join.
don't want to be here, don't let nobody drag you nowhere. Was it
Yeah, but
some man? I'm probably some man drug you here,
at
didn't it?
the end of the day, I still am chosen, bro. I still am. You know what I mean? I am that I am, bro. I still know what I'm talking about. So at the end of
Let
the
me ask you
day,
a question. What are you chosen
hey,
for? And who chose you?
your soul is seeking me out. That's why you say you seek and you shall find me.
Okay, I found you. So then I should be able to ask you questions once I find you.
What you want to know?
Okay, what are you chosen for?
I'm chosen to do like God's work as far as help humanity, help the planet, help whoever I can. And raise the vibration,
Oh, you're a philanthropist.
teach what I know.
So you're
No.
like a philanthropist.
Are you like a philanthropist?
I can be.
Oh, okay, me too.
What is that? Okay, so are
That's
you
take
gonna leave
that's
the planet?
that's looking out for people, the welfare of others and shit, like services for the fucking orphan, all that shit, good shit. That's basically what I'm talking about.
Are
I
you
help
gonna leave the? Are you ever gonna leave the planet Earth?
maybe if I fucking when I ascend out of this earth, like I don't know
You know, that's
when
a part of being chosen.
when they
A
so
part of
called
being
say
chosen
when they
is
so called say, go ahead.
okay. The chosen thing that y'all talking about come from the Bible. You know that,
Uh-huh.
and a part of that is they come and get you up off the planet Earth. Some people be going to be taught for 1,000 years to return, and other people will be going to other star constellations and planets according to not just biblically, other people's interpretation of their Bible. But the main thing is that the elect will be taken off planet or taken to a new heaven and a new earth.
Oh, that's lit.
Are you a part of that?
Then we out, baby. Well,
Are you a
I had
part of that?
a dream. I had a dream. Maybe I was getting taken out. Like I was a message. 'Cause I had a dream like years ago when I was young. And God had came down to me. Well, God had came to me. I was in my aunt crib and shit. We was in the hallway, and he was telling me like turn off the light. And he like got down on his knees so like I wouldn't be afraid of how tall he was. And he was like, turn the light off. You could do it. Whatever you could do it. I turned it off and like I ran into him. He hugged me. I just hugged him and I woke up. I woke up with a real tear. That's when I knew. That was one of the first dreams where I knew like I say that God like
So God is a
say
man.
it. You know how niggas be seeing God? They seeing his big ass foot and knees and shit. Nigga, God bowed down, got low for me, nigga. He
So
let
you
me
can see.
know who
Okay,
I
check this
am.
out.
So
So a few questions, if you don't
I ain't
mind.
turn
One,
turn off the light because the dark is the light. You know what I mean? Like
got
it was crazy.
you. Check this
It
out.
had mad meanings in
So
that shit.
God is a man.
Well, that's how he came. He came as like what we knew him as. So he came like a
A
man, but
man.
he had like a gown on and like long silky hair like a woman. So it was like he was both.
Was he a white man?
He was, but that's when I was like, is it the devil? But either way, that was just the image I had. Knew I was young. You know what I mean? That was when I really was on some Christian shit.
That was,
What you said, Mom?
and that was a dream based off of the Hollywood images that they gave you. That didn't have nothing to do with God.
Right. Hold on. Yeah, I'm hot.
Okay.
You going now? Well, just go and get some fruit and stuff. Damn, well, you should have let me know you was getting ready.
All right.
All right, give me 15 minutes. Um, what I was
Well,
saying.
I was just basically telling you that that's what you did. You had a dream
Oh,
that was based off of the Hollywood images of
yeah,
Jesus and God. It had
yeah, and
nothing to do with no creator.
it's so crazy that like 607 Unc was saying Jesus is a hologram because like that's fake how the nigga looked like. He was like a hologram, but he was there. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
But he was white.
He was white, so it was the white hologram that they talk of. You know what I mean? Like,
So
but
then that's not Jesus.
but that was the image that I knew him as. I didn't know him as a black guy. I probably would have been scared.
Then you
Probably would
knew
have
him
thought that was the devil at
as
that
a
point.
fake image. So you telling me God will come in a
We
fake
all
image?
knew him as a fake
No, we
image.
didn't
Yes,
all know him as no fake
we
image.
did. Yes, we
No, I
did.
wasn't raised on that image.
That's all right, but it was still out there. I
I
wasn't
wasn't out there.
raised on that either. That's like how we was rocking with white Santa, but nigga, we knew it was black. You know what I mean? We call it Black Santa because it was a black god. We knew all this already. The fucking
Okay, how old were you
Saint
when you
Christ and
realized the
shit.
color of Christ? How old were you when you realized the color of the character called
I have
Christ?
no idea,
Oh, I have
but
an idea.
it was a young age because I grew up in church. So I grew up in a black church. You know what I mean? So
Okay, I was 3.
7 day Adventist. That's good for you.
Yeah, I was 3.
That's good for
So
you.
I never had any. The only dream I ever had of someone who was supposed to be a Caucasoid named Jesus, it wasn't Jesus.
He
It
was
was
supposed to be, but it wasn't.
it was what they call Lucifer, and he
Well,
was at war with.
I did think that
Go
was
ahead.
Lucifer too. You know what I mean? But like they say, God is Lucifer. So it's like he could come in many ways. He could come how he want to come.
But he's the true light. He wouldn't have come as no hologram. That's a fake light.
I understand that, but you gotta understand that he's in everything, bro. He's
Did you understand
everywhere,
what I just
or
said?
it's everywhere.
He when Why would God need to come to you as a fake light? He's the true light.
Because at the end of the day, I did not know how he looked.
That would have been even a better opportunity for him to show you the truth, not in something to reaffirm something that's fake.
Right, but it never gave that. It gave what you knew, what you saw. And
So
Obviously,
he enabled more of the deception. That's not God. I know
I didn't.
somebody who does that.
I didn't go that hard to think of it like that. I was like, I know who you are because if you told me to turn off the dark, nigga, you wanted me to see you black, nigga. That's what I got from it. I didn't see. I didn't go
Anybody
that.
that walk in and tell you turn off the light, you might want to rethink what is actually being said.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Because remember, the light was in the world,
Right.
and the darkness comprehended it not. You were in the dark. You ain't comprehend what was going on. And they gave you a dark, and dark and light are words that are masonically
Mm-hmm.
used. The same Masons who understand that Bible and wrote parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
It means dark is confusion and light is information. Now,
Well,
once you understand the information, then you have the dark.
right.
Once you understand
Right. So that's what I'm
the
about to
dark,
just say. I
go
have
ahead.
the information, so he wanted me to go in the dark and the chaotic and not fear.
But the information he was showing you was fake. It wasn't true,
Well, that was at that age, but
which is even
as I
more peculiar
as I got
because
older,
at that age you should be more in tune and closer to the truth. When my experiences, when I was 4 years old, they came to me in what appeared to be a crown-shaped vehicle in my dream. And they were wearing all white. And guess what? They had afros. One of them had afros, looked like the clown that
nigga,
was the
here we
Simpsons
go.
clown. I didn't say nigga, here you go when you told me about white
Here
Jesus
we go.
popping up
I
on me.
heard you. I heard you. I heard
Why
you. Heard you.
why we didn't go nowhere when you were telling me about the hologram?
Cause my third eye is open, bro. But I heard you. It
And
sounds
your
good.
third eye has yet to show you the image of the Most High?
I, I know. I see him. I see him.
What's his
I
name?
don't gotta see froze. You know what I mean?
What's his name?
I ain't figure it out yet. It's many names.
Third eye. Excuse me. As your third
I
eye,
ain't do.
what's the name?
I ain't finished my work. I'm still doing my work.
So your third eye open was to cut my dream off. It wasn't that your third eye is actually open.
Nah, it's just like I could sense bullshit, but
Okay, I sense bullshit that somebody telling me they have a connection or in a relationship with the Most High, but don't know their name.
what's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, so you're not gonna help me? I thought you was the help.
I didn't. You said I was the help. I didn't
You
have
said
nothing to do with what you think.
you agree, and you agreed. So what's his name?
I didn't agree to that. I don't. When you
And
say the
this
help,
is what I mean. This is what I
you don't
mean.
know what you mean yet. First of
This is
all,
what
when
I
we say the
mean.
help
If
coming from
I'm
where
one,
I'm coming from,
if I'm your people, right?
I
Why
don't know
would
who
you
you are
hide
yet.
his
That's why I'm
name?
testing you. That's
Why
why I'm
would you
testing
hide
you. I
his
don't know if you're my.
name?
I don't know God's name. I told you that. I don't know. You talking
But
about
you
why
acting
won't I
like
help
you
you?
know.
I just told you I'm not acting like okay. If I was, here's my thing. I apologize to you. I wasn't. I didn't intend to act like I know
You
God's
bugged
name.
out.
I
You a
don't know
bugged
God's
out
name.
nigga.
Okay,
You,
so
you a
watch
bugged
this.
out nigga.
Here's what I'm
I'm
saying.
scared of you. I'm
Did I
scared of you.
claim to have a connection with God?
Bro, I'm not doing this is like you know what I mean? This is like
Did I
warlock shit. This is
claim
like
what you
you
claim?
doing like warlock shit. We're not doing the vocabulary warlock shit, bro. We're not
What does
doing it.
warlock mean?
You're just trying to sound good, and that's not where
What
it's
does
at.
warlock mean?
Whatever I want it to be. It's the bullshit, the fuckery that you
Sound
on.
like you don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't
What does warlock mean?
I don't have to define everything like a man do. You define it, nigga, and read it and say it to me so I can say it back to you. A
Okay.
warlock is a nigga that's on doing dumb shit, doing weird shit,
All right. So a warlock is an oath breaker, someone
and
who
tricking and shit.
was either associated with something that was good or something that was bad, and decided they didn't want to be associated with that or those people. That's a warlock. Someone who breaks the covenant.
Might just go because I'm waiting
So
for
if
somebody.
you listen to my music, I told you that. I said I was a warlock. Interestingly enough, one of us knows what it is, and
Oh,
the
so
one who
you said
claims
you
that I
was,
am that doesn't
so
know.
I was right. But it's
But
not
what
about
is it?
being right.
But what is it?
That's just it is what it is. It
All
is
right.
what it is. I can't change who you are. You gonna have to go through it, and you gonna have to see for yourself. And usually, it take time for men. Men, I take you about 40, going into
So
your 50s for y'all to
that's so
really
we
like
get clear before you leave.
start
You're
ascending a
not
little
leaving.
better.
You said you. I asked you if you were a part of the group of people who are gonna be leaving the earth. What's your answer on that? Because you told me about a dream. I listened to yours. I was telling you mine. You cut me off and was like, "Here we go." So let's just get to the end of it. Are you leaving the earth with the chosen?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay. How do you know?
Cause you said it.
I didn't say it. I asked.
You did. You said that that's what they said in the Bible, so that's what it is.
Oh, so your being chosen is based on somebody's belief system?
No, it's my belief system, but I don't have all the details.
Oh, then
I ain't get there yet.
you
I
might
ain't.
want to get them.
Uh,
You out here walking around saying you're chosen and you
uh,
don't know
there's
about the
no
story.
definition to this shit, bro. That's your problem. And that's the man's problem. Once the man gets out of the category, the title, the meaning, the evidence, you'll do better in spirit.
Then
It's
why are you using
too hot.
words? If
It's too
you're a
hot.
woman who doesn't need the definition, just be telepathic and speak intuitively.
Oh, I
You
can.
don't need to compete with man with
I
words. Just be.
can, but we be sitting here not saying nothing.
Which means you wouldn't have messaged and commented saying you couldn't stand me. That's words. They have definitions.
Right.
You're
We
not
using what we
operating
got.
in you're not
We
operating
using
in
what
your
we got.
potent self.
And you
Because if you were
can't strike.
operating in your potent self divinely as a divine feminine, you wouldn't be attempting to even. You didn't need to say you can't stand me. You would
It was
remove
a
yourself.
it was a confirmation because I was ready. Like when I was like, yeah, where's nigga? Da, da, da. Then I saw it. I was like, where smoke? Like it was simple. And then clearly niggas jumped on that. But you know why niggas jumped on that? Because God wants y'all to jump on that, and God wants y'all to question me and do all this dumb shit just to because you're gonna always remember me now. I'm locked in.
So you think God telling us to do some dumb shit?
No, y'all just that's just how y'all react.
You
Like
just
that's
said
y'all
that.
reaction. That was
Say
y'all
you
choice.
said
That
God
was y'all
wants us.
choice.
You said God wants
You was
us to
sent by
question you and do
how
all this dumb
you
shit.
was sent by how you took it in. That was you.
Okay, you know a lot about God. You don't know whether or not you're gonna be with them when they come.
Why I gotta know what I'm be with them and I? You know, right?
No,
Hey, that's all that matters.
no. And if I did, it wouldn't matter, would it? Because how would you know? Just because I know. Who is that? Who is this?
Oh, here we go. We can't. I know what Dr. York said.
What?
It ain't my fault. I ain't asked for him.
What?
Uh,
What you mean? You know what Dr. York said? I asked you the name of
oh,
the being that's
Pepper.
okay. I didn't bring up nothing. If
DG.
listen,
Just in
if you
case.
know if you know more about Malachi,
Phase.
first of all, it was said that
This
he
guy
had
in phase
dogs
one.
at one of his houses at least. So you might have been talking about the Islamic days. Either way, I just was asking the name. Hey, who's this?
That's my mother.
Hi, how you doing, mother?
Hello.
Peace and love.
But yeah, you know,
All right. Well,
we could talk for
listen.
days,
Yeah, we could.
cause
I don't. Okay, here's what I want to say to you.
yeah,
You told me you couldn't stand me. I would just say this. Whatever you seek, whatever you seeking,
you
if you are,
already got enough people loving you, so that shouldn't have even bothered you. I don't even know how
it
niggas.
didn't bother me.
I don't even know how niggas spot that. That's because
It didn't bother me. Did I come to you,
it was
or did you come to my
mad other
live and
comments. It was
speak?
mad other comments.
And I saw you who
And you
said you
talk
couldn't
about me
stand
worried
me.
about the comments, but you clearly was worried about the comments. That's how we got here.
I look at the comments. I'm not worried about them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of the analytics. I have
Right,
to pay attention to them, and
but
that's how I was able to see the people who were ready to
but
come up. And
you
you
wouldn't be
came
if
up.
you wasn't worried about it. You wouldn't have
I'm
responded.
not worried. You can respond without worry.
Oh, okay, I hear that.
All right. Well, peace.
Um,
Yeah, peace be on you. It's all
yeah.
love.
I feel like
Whatever
I
you seeking.
do got some growing to do as far as, you know, like wanting to lock my hair and shit and just tapping in more as far as that and certain shit, you know what I mean? Stop certain vices, shit like that, certain foods, shit like that. But it get better and better. All I know is first, I just feel first of all, man got more work to do than the woman that's in
You
tune, that's
might be
tapped
right.
in.
And now, if you can't stand me for that, then I
It's
can understand that because
frustrating for the men
maybe
because
we're not supposed to.
once y'all got it down to y'all science, it's like,
That's why we need y'all to not try to be us. The divine feminine, when she sees that the man isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing or standing in his divine masculine seat, you don't know what she does? She doesn't argue him. She doesn't contest him. She removes herself.
right. Now the only reason why Faith I be coming on because I said, yo, ain't even smoke was like, you know, don't argue. And I'm like, that's always how I come about. And maybe that's something I gotta work on. But as far as I know I'm like a warrior, you know what I mean? So maybe that's how I come off, especially from where I came from. You know, that's the attitude we have. So like I said, it's a work in progress. But I'm aware of it, you know what I mean? But I do know who I am, even though I'm still seeking, just like you.
All right. Well, then maybe it wasn't you that couldn't stand me. Maybe we had to have this talk so that whatever couldn't stand me could go on and get
Like
up
I
out of me.
said, when I saw you years ago, you was talking about the spiritualists and shit. I was like, this nigga a hothead, whatever. This nigga doing too much work. At the same time, when we was breaking shit down, when I was getting frustrated with it, you was like, yo, like da da da, and I was like, all right, respectfully, I get that. You know what I mean? So it's times where we can come together and chop it, but it's like your alter ego or something like um, or
When
maybe that's
it
just what
doesn't
you gotta
matter.
do to get it out.
You
But
want to know
it's
why
a
it doesn't
better
matter?
way, bro.
Let me stand there with you. It doesn't matter because nothing about 607 irritates my spirits. Nothing about Rashad Jamal irritates my spirits. I'm not talking about this person, this being.
Uh-huh.
I'm speaking about the things that they bring. And I give everybody the opportunity to come and talk to me about it, question me on it, and make their own decision. If you say you can't stand me, like how we just talked about it, like I said, sometimes it's not you that can't stand somebody. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. If I have a craving for a food, I might think this is me that has this craving, but it's possible I could have a parasite
Right,
in me that craves this,
right.
and I could be experiencing headaches if I don't have it because it's causing me to have headaches. I could be irritable if I don't have it so sometimes somebody could come through that can irritate not you, but something inside of you. That can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It's the same way an idea, listen, an idea can cause you to be irritated with someone else's message or spirit. If you're a Christian, raised up in a Christian church, Baptist, whatever, Catholic, Pentecostal, however they want to say it. Some people say Christian's not Catholic. If you're raised up believing Jesus Christ, the Messiah, died for your sins, and then you are taught that every other religion is wrong, when you encounter a Muslim, guess who you can't stand? The Muslim. Yet, if you sit and talk with the Muslim or walk with the Muslim, it's just an analogy. Maybe you'll see, man, this being doesn't mean me or anybody at all, any harm. They've proven it by showing they have time to talk to whoever, the ones who don't like them, the ones who hate them, the ones who love them, all of that. I have time to talk to all of y'all. Why? Because I care. And I'm aware that just because you have an issue with me at a certain point in time doesn't mean that a year from now, a day from now, a week from now, not only will you not have an issue with me any longer, you may understand why that issue was there. It could have been you.
Oh yeah, true. I guess. And no, at the same time, because everything's divine. So like if I felt that way, I felt that way for a reason. Usually when I feel a way, it's for a reason. Like usually when somebody off, it's usually for a reason. I'd be like, fuck that nigga Meek Mill or fuck that nigga Dirk, and it be for a reason. When spiritual niggas start talking about him, I'm like confirmation. Like it just be something in my spirit that's ruffling my feathers, and I'm like, what is it like?
And
And I try to
do
give
you
you
think it's ever
time. So I
you?
went
Is
back
it?
to your page. I'm trying to
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean? Like see like, and it's cool for what you got. And I feel like the people that once they learn some shit or once they find some shit, it's like they get so fixed on it and like they jump at me in the comments and it's like that's crazy how you have the power to do that to make niggas like almost like you they got like you Jesus nigga
And
like
I'm
and we are
supposed to do that.
I feel
I
like
can
we are
understand.
Jesus because it's like he's us, you know what I mean, like Jesus he's us. So it's like all I'm saying is
Yeah, I
trying to,
understand.
I'm
I
trying
want
to
to tell you
find what
this.
I want to say to you,
No,
but
listen. Can I say this? I was
yeah.
saying I see what you're saying. They're not supposed to do that. I told people from the beginning. It's not as easy said as done though, because a lot of these people they were looking for a leader. They were looking for something. The same way a lot of y'all were. You may not say it, but a lot of people were looking for
But
a
it's
leader, a
crazy because when
teaching.
y'all said leader, even the guy who sent me to your lodge just now, he like, what kind of leadership you get out of 607 Unc? Why you following him or let him guide you? And I'm like, I'm not. Like, honestly, that should be finding me. Like, and that shit is not, he ain't leading nothing. Like, we are. Like, we are. It's all together.
Leading is not a cuss word. It didn't become a cuss word until people started fighting for the position. Like people that would come out and say, we don't need leaders. We need to lead ourselves. But they're the leaders of a lot of people, and they're in a position to lead people to tell them that. So
But,
leading is not a cuss word. You want to know how?
uh-huh,
Yeah, I just saw your Umi or your mother,
uh-huh,
right? She led you. She
uh-huh.
was there showing you how to walk, even if it was just learned behavior,
Yeah,
right?
facts.
She taught you how to cut pancakes. She taught you how to do certain. I'm not know all of you. I'm not in
Yeah,
your life, but
yeah,
she showed you how to do. She led you. All right,
uh-huh,
you're gonna lead me in certain things.
yeah,
I'll lead you in certain
yeah.
things. In a
That's a
relationship,
fact.
the man and the woman lead
That's
in different areas,
a fact.
and there's only a fight. There's only a war a gender war when people are trying to assume roles that are not their own, and not because of society, but because naturally maybe you're not supposed to be more masculine. And then you may come across a woman who maybe is naturally more masculine.
I
And
am
then you
very
may come
more
across
masculine
a
than the
man,
actual, yeah,
huh?
but yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people
yeah.
confuse masculine with the male gender, and a lot of people confuse. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just crazy because like females, not that we all are not masculine, but we do have like a masculine exterior, and men have a feminine exterior, and there's nothing wrong with it. Some guys get offended when you say that, but it's just like y'all even teach us how to do certain shit. Like you know, a nigga look at your nails and be like, "Yo, what you like?" You know, like y'all teach us the way. Sometimes that's why when a hoe got a pimp and shit, like y'all teach us certain shit about ourselves. They say men get they daughters ready for the world, the matrix that we in. Like y'all
Mm.
help us with that shit, but the woman's supposed to help you with spirit. Like the woman's supposed to like y'all got the black and white, we got the
And
gray,
y'all
and we just gotta bring that
can
shit
help us.
together.
It's less of what y'all say. I'm gonna give you that. Maybe it'll be useful on your path.
I know what you mean by
Maybe
less
it
of what
won't.
you say because they said that the man is
We have to
visual.
say more words to get our point across. Y'all are the art that's the picture that's worth 1,000 words. I have to talk more. Y'all don't have to talk as much. That don't mean you don't talk. That don't mean you don't teach, because we need y'all
Yeah,
to
it's
do that.
true.
It's just saying that when you really tap into that, you can't, even the definitions that they're trying to give y'all for divine feminine is based off of masculine
Right.
mentality. You have to understand that. Men are afraid of y'all getting in y'all seat,
Exactly.
because
That's why they hit us
when
in
you get in
spirit.
your seat, what men are afraid of is y'all won't need us. Not understanding.
Well, that's
Listen,
just the agenda they pushed out because we always needed y'all. We was actually more in love with y'all than y'all was with us. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. So then maybe sometimes y'all are disappointed in us, or
right.
maybe sometimes y'all see more of what we will become, and it could cause you to lash out if you don't see us being that yet. If
Yeah.
there's space allotted for both experiences, both beings experiencing their journey, if there's space allotted for that journey in respect, guess what's going to happen? Each and every one of those who assume whatever the position is on that pole, divine or feminine, masculine, or divine masculine, divine feminine,
Yeah.
they'll be able to do that fully without facing oppression from someone who's supposed to be in alignment with them.
Right.
This is why that divine word is put there. The divine word is just another word for orderly.
Right.
It's not chaotic. It's not out of order. You
Right.
start leaning more toward cause as opposed to chaos. I can say a lot of things. You see how, listen, my point is we have to use a lot more words. And my thing is I have to reach the men more than I even have to reach the sisters,
Right.
because a lot of y'all are experiencing the transformations that the men are fighting to experience. A lot of
Experience.
y'all
Yeah.
are going through
Right.
the spiritual transformations already. Naturally, y'all are closer to divinity than we are.
Right.
So the sisters, when y'all step forth, I actually would care to hear what you have to say more than a man does.
And I
Because if
and
a
I see that with you, but that's your strength. That's your power. Because like I said, and when y'all in y'all feminine, like I heard this one guy say that too. Like when you doing magic and shit, like you gotta have that's feminine energy. You know what I mean? Like you gotta tap in. And I see you be listening to your moms and shit, like all the
yeah,
females and shit,
yeah.
and you able to listen to me.
Malachi York is a man, and my father's a man.
Malachi York is a man.
Yeah, my
Mm,
biological father's a man.
yeah,
And you want to know who Malachi York surrounded himself with? Women.
woman. And I figured that, and that's how I figured he got that teaching too. Not all of you
Right.
get your own shit, but you
It
know what I mean.
protected the motion. Listen to the
Yeah,
word. Motion, ocean. It
ocean. He
protected
got
the
the
flow.
yeah,
Yeah, you got too many men around you. You said it earlier. The ego, the sword
yeah,
bashing, the pissing matches unnecessarily.
yeah.
I know better than that. So that's why I'm
And I
telling you.
and I think that's why I get frustrated too, because as a woman, I do know more spiritually, and when I see men tap into their spirit, it's like it's like a baby learning
Right.
that think that feels so right and confident. And I think that's just one thing that bothered me. I think like cocky niggas always bother me for some reason too, because
Because
it's like you
we
can't.
don't know what we don't even know what we think we know.
Yeah,
Right. You're supposed to. The thing about it is if y'all are in y'all mother's seat, right? And you see, and he don't even know that's just milk. That ain't even the meat. That ain't even this. That ain't right. You're supposed
right.
to exemplify it. And you want to know the best thing you can do for a man, and a growing society of men who are learning how to be more divinely aligned.
Hmm.
Let them
And see,
figure it out.
Yes, and I like that
allow
you
space
are
for them to figure it out.
right, and you are open because I thought you would be more like closed-minded and more rigid and more.
Nah,
So, that's good.
everything ain't what it seems,
And
and I think that's
your locks, and it's good you got locks. That's also your strength. That's will also help you too. So even though you got your shit, it's like that shit help you.
yeah.
That shit, all that shit, is your strength and your power. And you got a power, even if it's not what I feel is all, heavenly, sacred, whatever the fuck
You
you want to
don't
call
listen.
it.
If it was all heavily sacred,
It's
I
still
wouldn't be
power
here.
though. Like
I
like
wouldn't
how
be
a
here.
street
Listen
nigga.
to what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be here. I'd be done. When
right,
you complete your ascension, you're done. When you
right.
complete your transformation, you're done. Can gas sit in a pot? Well, let me say it a different way. When you put water on a stove and you turn up the heat and it ascends in frequency,
Oh yeah,
doesn't the water have to rise up?
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
that's what I'm explaining. So if I'm in that part of the cycle and I'm already ascended, then I'm gone. You're looking at me on
Well,
my
no,
journey,
yeah, you're on the journey. You're on your
and I'm
journey.
telling other people this is a journey.
Right.
I didn't say I was there.
I
I'm
just,
not there. And if you would
like I don't know. And I see why people getting so pissed off with the spiritual community because it's becoming so like I can't even find the words. Like one,
convolute it,
yeah,
water
it's like
it down,
yeah, everybody doing. But it is
saturate.
what it is. Now I'm just taking it as it is what it is. I feel like we are in this matrix, so some shit you got to do on some matrix shit, and some shit you do got to do, naturally, like spiritually, whatever, like, and bring it together, because that's what we in. You know what I mean? Because if you was to just be like I said about the chosen, like if you was to just do all the good chosen shit, you would be hidden in plain. You would be hidden, and you want to be seen to get your message across. So you got to do some
Yeah,
type of.
yet what you may not understand is you saw me and you still
That's like you still got to use your
misunderstood what you
devil. Like we
saw.
have the devil in God. Go ahead. I
You,
always be cutting people off. Go
it's
ahead.
good because if you pay attention, I was doing the same thing. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, we got the devil and God in us, I feel like. So it's like, or bad and good, whatever you want to call it. I feel like you got to use it sometime.
Okay. So look what I'm saying.
I don't know, you got
Even
to
with
discernment.
even with me being seen, people still like look what you said. I thought you were going to be this,
Uh-huh.
and my best honor to people is to say to them, whatever you think spiritual is, when you come and meet me, just forget about it. Whatever you think woke is, when you come, just forget about it. Just leave your mind open, like you talk about.
Uh-huh.
Because why? I was raised in what everybody's talking about,
Right.
and all I'm doing is exemplifying that. And
And I feel
I
like
have
we in
the
a good time
go ahead.
of Aquarius, like, it's making everybody more open. I feel like at a time we was in Pisces, like, you would have been a little more closed off into what you know.
Yeah, I wasn't born in that. And what's so interesting is I was born in New Wapu with
Uh-huh.
Malachi Z. York's teachings. However, it wasn't just the teachings, fam. It was the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we walked onto Tom Ray, the land he had in Easton, Georgia. We walked on to
Mm-hmm.
Tom Ray
Uh-huh.
and we saw the deities, the statues of the deities. We had Deity Row. We
Mm-hmm.
saw the pyramids.
I
We
believe
heard
you.
the tones.
I believe you.
I mean, it's real life. You can
Because
go
they
look it
say
up.
like most of the pyramids is in
I'm
America
saying
and
he
like
built
in
them. He built
Egypt.
them in
Yeah,
Edenton,
I
Georgia. You can
saw
go
some.
look this up.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen it?
I saw some of them. Yeah,
You need to go look it up. Tom Murray.
yeah, I saw
TAMAR.
that before. It's been a minute.
Okay.
I was on when I first got on my like, yo, this is real. Like out in the open spiritual shit. I was following that shit, like following some of the most of the teachings and shit with Life Wave and all that.
Okay.
And then I saw your shit, and
Yeah.
so I get out there like,
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I came up in. Now that doesn't mean just because you came up in it that everybody went the right way, because a lot of people didn't.
I think we was arguing about meat too. Yeah, we was going off one time. It's been a minute. I lost a lot of weight too, so you probably don't remember, but and you be going off with a lot of people too, especially at that time. But yeah, we was talking about meat and shit. I was like, I don't eat meat. He was like, so what? We was going back and forth about different shit.
You talking to me? You saying I was doing that?
Yeah, it was a couple of years back. We was having debates about certain shit. I just remember one of
I was
them
still
being about meat.
eating meat a couple
Yeah, you
years
were
back.
still eating meat, so you was like, yo, like, so what? And I was like, I don't eat meat
Oh,
though.
you
Like,
was
that's
saying, I get what you're saying. You was saying you
yeah,
don't eat meat. Oh
yeah,
yeah, that sound like me. Cause yeah,
yeah.
cause people was game banging food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now I don't eat meat now. I stopped eating
Oh, that's good.
in
That's why,
what
and see, that makes sense because
2024.
you had like more rage, like the animal rage back then. And I
I
mean,
still got it. I
you
think what
still
happens
got
is
it, but I hear that makes sense now that you said that. Cause
I think what happens is I'm gonna say something about that because I know a lot of vegans who play with them if you want to,
oh,
and
they get
especially the
rabid because
ones
they
who
not
over
getting
there in
all
the
they
West
ain't
End.
getting
Oh,
all the
they eat all the raw food you can imagine,
uh-huh.
and they some of the most violent, aggressive,
Yep.
especially their
Yep.
energy. So what I think it is because I'm not saying it's not a what do you call it, a component or a factor that if you eat meat, it could cause you to be more aggressive. I think it's possible that your insides or your digestive system not being as occupied could have something to do with what you do with your energy and how you feel.
Yeah.
However, I still got that. And
Yeah.
you can hear it in my music, you hear what
I know
it's
what you
still
mean,
there.
but I get it now. It makes sense though,
Hmm.
because I
And
had
even
thought,
what you would be holding, one more thing, even what you would be holding, that happens often. And people mistake the passion for anger. It's not,
yes,
I've
yeah,
always
yeah,
been
passion.
passionate.
I know what you mean. And I'm passionate too. I'm eating meat too right now, so I can see the difference in me. You know what I mean? And
You went
especially when
back to eating meat.
I went back to eating meat, so that's why I got
So
that lot, like more attitude.
why did you do that?
Because I was going through a health issue, and I was like, damn, I need something fast. I had lost a lot of weight. I was like, damn, I need something
Oh, I
fast, and
see.
I was like, fuck it, go to what I know.
You
You know
were
what I mean?
lacking
I was
nutrients.
lacking nutrients. So I know what you mean about the vegans being rabid, because motherfuckers be foaming out the mouth and shit. We be lacking nutrients and shit. Even if you eat on a raw, it's like something's missing. I don't know what it is.
Because they listening to too many different people telling them that this is for you, this is for you. Not
Yeah, like
understanding. That's why
all the
people
shit
have
that we take. Yeah, like
that's why
everything
people
that we
have
was eating
doctors,
wasn't
like
it.
personal doctors, who can go and get them a physical and learn more things about
Yes.
them.
And your
So
blood type too.
exactly.
Whatever your blood type is better to eat that with that food. Some of the food on that, whatever they say,
Yeah.
is good for that blood type.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I want to be able to. This is a good bill. I want to be able to allow at least one or two more people to come up and speak if they need to or want to.
Okay.
Uh, like I said, I don't have no issue. I don't think you had an issue. That's why I wanted you to see
No, and
and speak to me tone to tone.
another
It gets
thing,
different, don't it?
yeah, another thing, the reason why I ain't have a big issue because I would have wrote probably on your comment or message you or something. It wasn't really like that. It was just like, oh, confirmation facts. Like, it was fake. You know what I mean? Pissed me off, whatever. But what was helping you, because I was still watching Maddie a video still, I was like, oh, he got locked. I was like, he got locked and shit. And you just told me you don't eat meat. So, like, and we in the age of Aquarius, it's getting better. So, like I said, we both getting better and shit. And I got to change a lot of shit. We got to work on shit. Just what it is what it is. So, I'm happy we had this talk. Maybe that nigga was telling me we had to have this talk for a reason, divine shit. So,
All right. Well, then that's all love.
all right, love.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right. What else we got? I think we got time for like one or two more. I don't even realize. I'll tell you, if you want to pass time, you get on lives. Time be flying when you on them lives. I'll tell you one thing. They're going to talk about it years from now. They're like, man, you had to be there for some of them lives with Faise. When he was talking to the people. Yeah, you had to be there to see how certain things, Nuwapu will take any circumstance and bring it to the center, no matter who it is, what it is. You had to be there. You had to witness it. You didn't lose your hair. I didn't say, I don't know why y'all be studying comments. And then you can see the difference, right? Y'all not paying attention. Y'all look at the things y'all commenting and then look at what I'm saying. Y'all look at y'all lack of composure and look at mine. A lot of y'all not walking with me. A lot of y'all are followers. And I didn't tell you to do that. And then I don't understand what you're following because that's not my way. Y'all look at what y'all was saying, the way y'all came and all that. And then I understand because you're like, well, they be coming at you. You still need to understand they didn't come at you. And if you're going to stand up with your sword, you need to know what you're swinging at. Because what if you just swung, what if you swung at one of your brothers, one of your sisters, and all they had was a parasite? And you just right there and killed them, right? And all you had to do was just rid them of whatever was really ailing them. And you killed the person. Y'all better watch that movie Fallen, how these beings jump in and they need bodies and they whole thing, like I told you, sometimes their thing is to get you to crash out. And then you be done crashed out, and then the fallen one was able to use the body and you to get what they want. They use you against you and the body against you. You crashed out, you're gone, and then they gone. We lost two. As opposed to dealing with it in tone, I'm showing you what is the issue. Well, it's this, that, and let's dissect it. Let's go piece by piece, brick by brick. Let's walk out, and then you start realizing that what you thought was a war was really just a active conversation, right? And sometimes that's all it takes. And the conversation may happen different ways. Same thing with 607 He was saying what he said. I said, stop adding to the confusion, and I'm with you. If you paid attention to that. And then they're like, y'all need to talk to, you need to get on live with Rashad and Martha. I said, listen, when you get out, we'll be able to do all of that. As long as he's able to be held accountable without trying to go and attack the person. You know what I mean? If only I knew, I feel sad for y'all. I'm happy we had that talk. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. I'm happy we had to talk too. And there's a lot of things that are being shown with that it's, man, you can't fake ascension. I'm gonna just tell you that. And y'all ask me, how you being so calm? How you being so poised? How you got so much patience? Where are you? You're not nervous in this day and time. When you where I'm at, you're not moved or afraid or provoked. You operating in the crown. What is the provocation? You're making decisions, right? So that's why I tell people, come up here and talk to me in tone. Give me, hey, let's go tone for tone. It'll sound different. It'll look different. And you walk into another world when that happens. Most people, they're not used to talking to people like that. Anybody else? What else we got? Nat Smith, was you trying to come up? I don't know if you're still in here. But the person asked me, what about my hat? All right. One of the reasons I wear a hat is to expose people. One of the reasons I wear that Masonic emblem is to expose people. These people are supposed to be so woke, so advanced, yet not only do they not know what Masonry is, secondly, they're triggered by a symbol and they don't understand it. You see what I'm saying? And then you want to know what else it exposes? Let me show you something. I call out so many things, like in that video I just put up with Bobby Hemmett and the rest of them, Young Pharaoh, rest of them. I called out so many things. You want to know what they only means of defense is to try to fight? Is, but you got on the Mason hat. They cannot deal with anything I'm saying. They have to go to, oh, but so Mason, you got the Mason thing? They can't deal with what I'm saying. You with me? Yeah, I know better than that. Y'all, who watched me stump all over the Masonic emblem? If I ain't like the hat, I burn this motherfucker. You don't know me. You don't know me. Y'all didn't say nothing about wearing the unk. You know what I mean? Some other people can't lose that something about that. The Christians had a problem with that. Y'all don't know me. We put on different garbs. We walk through different schools. When I put on the Fez or the Rosicrucian hat, do you know what any of those mean and why it's being exemplified or shown at that point in time or exhibited? Y'all, how many times I got to tell you I'm calculated? I know it's hard to understand, but you asking me about a hat, there go your answer. For one, it's just a symbol to you unless you're a Mason. Because only two people are going to ask, what's that? A Mason or a non-Mason? An initiate or a non-initiate? The initiate knows the answer. That's just a part of our conversation. The non-initiate doesn't know the answer. And most of the time, they're coming from some religious standpoint or some spiritual esoteric standpoint or some Illuminati conspiracy standpoint. They're never coming from the standpoint of I traveled this walk, this is what I found. So if you ask me about the hat or about the symbol on the hat, you're one of the two. You either know or you don't know. And those who know, don't tell. And those who tell, don't know. Right? And that's why you see a lot of showing from me. A lot of exemplifying from me. Don't just tell me what Nuwapu is. Show me. Walk me through. And all the people who acting like they know what Nuwapu is, notice how they running their mouth and don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you. I'm showing you. This is Nuwapu. Anytime they point when we was on Clubhouse, they had that debate I was telling y'all about. Yeah, we love you too. We had that debate we was telling y'all about with the Hebrew Israelites versus the Sabaeans, and the Sabaeans getting their ass whooped. And I was like, man, this shit is embarrassing. Because y'all niggas claiming that y'all, and then I had to stand there in the center of that, and they were asking, Faise, what do you think about this? I'm like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but these Hebrew Israelites, I said, one of them was like talking about how something about the history or some shit, and the Hebrew Israelite asked him a simple question, and he danced around it. So they were like, Faise, what you think? I said, he asked you a question, and I think you dodged his question. And everybody was expecting me to be on code, like, bro, you supposed to be with the da-da-da-da. No, that's not how. When we came up, if you was debating and you didn't know what you was talking about, them elders step in and silence you till you fall back, and then they'll take over from there. They'll be like, yo, excuse my young student here, da-da-da-da. All right, what was your question? And I'll do it like that. Or, you know, if you were part of the triad, and the triad was out there doing their thing, and they out there teaching, if you asked one of the triads a question, they didn't know the answer, it wasn't even, you couldn't even, the moment you start trying to sound like you making something up, the other two brothers of the triad get to moving, and they moved in a circle. So one of the brothers will step back from the mic to hold another one of the points of the triangle. The other brother will move to the right, and the other brother will move up to the mic. And they will circle around like that. And anytime you asked a question to one of those triad brothers, and they didn't know the answer, they would stand down. They would stand down. Them niggas, I don't know what they was doing. I'm like, y'all not going based off the example. We got examples. You got to stand down. You don't know this answer. And let another brother step in. And that kept the flow going. So they were mad at me. Of course, the Sabaeans was mad at me. The Wahabians was mad at me because I wouldn't let them do that. And then it was like, well, they asked him to back up what he was saying about some type of Egyptian shit. And he's like, well, my source is Malachi York. He said, and I don't need no other source. He said, because that's the main one. He is the one who got our information. And I had to let it be known. That's not what we're taught. This is he's trying to wiggle out of this question. That's not what we're taught. We're not taught that Malachi York is our only source. That's not true. We were taught the direct opposite. That he should not be our only source. To go check out everything he teaches and make sure he ain't just making some shit up. So we get in the habit. If you do that to the one that you're supposed to be following or walking with, what you think you'll do to motherfuckers who outside, you don't even know them. So we were taught that way. Challenge and test everything. Fuck it. Don't believe anybody. Now y'all go take this off that mountain and go. That's what he said. Now you take this off this mountain. Don't believe anybody. So yeah, I had to shut down a lot of that. And one of the brothers, my point is, one of the brothers said, one of the Hebrew Israelite brothers was like, I ain't gonna lie. Because I wasn't on either one of their side. I was on the truth. He said, I ain't gonna lie. He said, I met a lot of Nuwapians. He said, so far, you're the best representation of what a Nuwapian is. He said, if anybody could reflect what a student of Dr. York is supposed to be, I think it would be you. And that was a Hebrew Israelite saying that. Somebody, divine somebody, I couldn't remember his name, but he was knowledgeable in what he was talking about. But he like, man, y'all, he said, you know, yeah, you one of the students. If that's me, I'm like, yeah, you know, that's a good representation. So I just exhibit it to the best of my ability. I don't mean I done figured it all out. Yet as I figure it out, y'all know, I tell y'all, I bring it to you. I write it in a book. I'm not putting it in a book if it hasn't been already made a part of my life or taken into account by my own self. I don't just say stuff.
So I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it. So one thing about it, please, some of y'all been on them lies. Nigga tried me. I went the fuck up. I went up on them, tell them drop the addy, da 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 da. We about to figure this out. I'd have been in that same type. I understand it. Yet in this time period now, it's different. It's a different light. The green light was irritating in the motherfucker to a lot of parts of us. You understand? Notice I said to a lot of parts, not just us. That green light would purge you at times. You wake up during the green light, it was irritating because it was purging. Then the blue light gave you a cooling sensation. It's like you got the wound, you got to get the scalp, you got the band-aid, you got to get the alcohol, you go through all of that. And now you're in this healing fully stage. You got the wounds already on the hill, and now you're standing up saying, all right, I'm sure. Remember I told you the formula. The green light was what? Be cured. The blue light was what? Be pure. Now what's the purple light? Be sure. Because what happened, a lot of people start on the walk. And what Dr. Malachi say? He said, a lot of y'all didn't stay on that boat with me. I said, it's land ahead. Y'all, I don't see no land. And y'all jumped off. See? So you got to be sure now. That's what it is. All right, anybody else? I see some questions. Where is Ja? I don't know how you talk to him. Does the shock entrance in masonry have anything to do with homosexuality? Not that I know of. I don't know. I don't think so. I think the shock of entrance was for, if anything, for you to be aware that this is serious. You know what I mean? Like you got to wake up. It's a shock of entrance. You're waking up clear. And you get that slice upon the breast. So as far as homosexuality, they didn't tell me none of that stuff. I thought it was going to be some gay shit, whatever. Bro, back. It's all right. What's that? Huh? What is it? Blueberry? Berry. Berry. I got me a smoothie. I did something right. Any resources you would suggest to help me break down the holy tablets? To help you break it down? Anything you talk about, go research it. No, I don't have one source. He talked about just about everything in that book. Literally from beginning to end. I think he talked about events that were going to happen. He talked about everything in that book. The Christians, the Muslims, the Sumerians, the Hindu, he covered it all in the Holy Tablets. So I think you need to just research what he said. Some things you won't be able to research. You're not going to be able to research 2030. You're just going to have to live to experience it. I mean, you can research what the scientists are saying now that y'all know 2030 come from Dr. York, by the way, right? Dr. York is the one who told people that 2030 would be when all of these things will come to a head. That book came out before the 2000s. And now they're doing everything in their power to say anything but 2030. They say, yeah, so this will happen around like 2031, right? Yeah, about like 2027, 2027, 2028, 2029. What about 2030? Nothing's happening in 2030. No, that's going to be a regular year. Everything else around it, 2022, 2032, 2033, they don't want to say that shit because they're going to be like, this nigga said this shit. And I can prove it to you. He literally said it. And now they're saying it. But they don't want to say 2030. But they have to. So they trying to wiggle around it. 2030 on January 1st, 2031. No, that year 2030 is a big year. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Any other questions? I answered the Mason hat. Answered the Mason homosexuality thing. What else y'all want to know? Everybody wants to ask about the hat. They're not understanding. Like the nigga put on the hat. You don't think he knows what it is? He put on the hat, and they like, aha, a Mason. You didn't know he was a Mason before he put on the hat is the problem. All the stuff I done said, dropped, lingo, all of that, and you didn't recognize. But now you think you know what something is because you're looking at something in the light. You don't understand it yet. Yeah, the smoothie great. You have no reason. I don't got riz, I got risk. I got risk. Is Dr. York a part of the grandmother's bloodline? What grandmother? Jesus was a Mason for sure. Why do you drink the honey? And do you do it while you fast? I drink the honey mainly to help with my voice. This nigga a Mason. This nigga finna get a invite to come on live with me and talk and tell me why that's a statement. I just sent you an invite. Waiting on you. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, oh shit. Go live with me. It says you decline. All right, well, I'm just gonna decline you. Blocked. I don't think nobody got a longer, like more extensive block list than I do. I think if we go block for block, I think I'll got it longer. I do have PayPal. It's the same thing. Play for change. I will be doing a fundraiser soon. I think I'm gonna bring back the Honey Bun Run. Last time we did the Honey Bun Run, we raised 12.5 thousand, and I think I had like 20-some thousand followers, maybe 22,000 followers, and we raised that in 3 months. I think we can do the 100,000 this time. I think we can do it, even if it is in like 3-4 months. I think we can do it. And they gonna be like, "Where the money go?" And I'll be like, "Look at my catalog." They were like, "What about it?" None of that's free. I don't know who believe what anybody say, but studio time ain't free, and a lot of that money went into studio time. A lot of that money went into music videos. A lot of that money went into gear. A lot of that money went into a lot of stuff that is just dealing with this. And then I had the book money, all of that stuff. So I plan on doing a fundraiser soon, and I want to do another children's movie, right? We did like the Childish movie, but bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. It's gonna happen. Let me know, Square. I'll support. I see you, Square. I see you. Like, thank you for that. I want to start my journey. How should I start? Which one? Hell yeah, boy. Man, what's up with y'all bikes, bro? God damn. Leave me take pictures all close to their camera and shit. All right, anybody else? One more question. Yeah, I need to get dressed. I got guests down there now. Hell yeah, don't selfie. Like, bro, you know damn well that shit don't need to be that close. Part of the 13 council bloodline, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I just can't wait till Paul get out. I can't wait till his ass get out, boy. Ooh. Ooh. But I can't wait till he get out, boy.
think I'm acting the ass now. Y'all think I'm acting the ass now? And then remember what I told y'all. What I told y'all I was gonna do when you get out. That I gotta keep my promise. Who was that? What I told you. What I say I'm gonna do when he get out. What I told you. Yep. I said I'm gonna throw that phone. When Malachi get out, I'm gonna stand in the middle of a parking lot. I'm gonna go live. And I'm gonna lunch the shit out my phone. I'm gonna lunch the shit out my phone. She's gonna be out of there. I don't give a damn. I ain't get another phone. I'm like, hey y'all, can we raise some money? Get some. I'm gonna lunch the shit out of it. Y'all be like, wee. Mm-hmm. Boy, why the fuck am I throw it in a pond? Yeah. Why? What do you mean why? Dr. Malachi York is out. I don't think you'll understand. Never mind, twin. You know they gonna announce it. Malachi York has been released from prison. Especially let that shit happen while I'm on live. I'm like, oh, never mind, y'all. Y'all just gonna be waiting for impact. And then they're gonna say live pause. Mm-hmm. I'm not playing. I'm gonna keep my word. And I ain't gonna do that gravely. I ain't gonna be like, man, boy, y'all ain't never seen me that turn. What? Cause man, he don't need to be in there, bro. And we still got shit to do. Y'all think he 80 years old, how like regular people in Babylon 80 years old is. Man, I just talked to an elder last night. She said that man like 35. He's 35. No, that ain't what she said. She said he looked 35 years younger than 80. Would you ever do a live or pod with B Dale? I did. It was called New Heaven, New Earth. It was dynamic. Yeah, he don't celebrate birthdays. He ain't Asian. Look at this shit here. All right, y'all. I just showed you another day of these folks scary. All them folks in them comments talking shit, they scary. I'm telling you, they scared. You cool. You lost me. All right, come show me why. Come show me why I lost you. They scared. Explain what? You talking about the angel? It's an angel. It's an angel statue. I got these all over my house. All in the windows, all in every room. Literally surrounded by angels. All right, y'all. Oh, yeah. What y'all think about that letter to Tory Lane snippet? That shit ain't it? I love you more, Omi. Yo, what's the question? What we talking about
day. Hey, it's gonna be over. We already talked. You see how the convo shifted? Yeah, I did. That's Nuapu. That's Nuapu. So much trouble in the world of us. It's gotten to the point we don't know who to trust. If you feel lost, let me give you a lead. The answers contained in what we read. The right knowledge scrolls are floating around. To this physical plane, we are not bound. Sometimes lighting lights can blind our way. But here is what a born Nuwapian says. If you want information that'll make you whole, if you and it fills your soul, if reaching the spiritual level is your goal, if you're sick of all the lies and want the truth that won't fall, what do you say? Right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding. That's what the master teacher has been handing to us. His knowledge runs through us. What do you say? His truth turns lies to dust. What do you say? No matter what the circumstances are, 'cause we still gaining truth while he's behind bars. Woo woo lessons, spiritual upliftment. It's the truth in all aspects of existence. Yeah. If you want informations that'll make you whole, if you turn and it feeds your soul, if reaching a spiritual level is your goal, if you're sick of all the lies and want the truth that won't fall, yeah, I'm showing it. It's Nuapu. It's real life. Yeah, I'm outside peddling, giving them books to veterans. Islam, Christianity that I know better than. My way of life, in my opinion, is the best way to go. Many are called, if they don't accept it, let them go. You better know what you about before you debate. Rewind. You better know what you about before you debate. You better know. What that boy saying, my way of life, in my opinion, is the best way to go. Many are called, if they don't accept it, let them go. You better know what you about before you debate. You should know your beginning before you know of your fate. My ancestors, newborns, thick lips and noses, proved that we were here, called them faces in the boulders. I never was a slave. These lands I own, so I know I know the jewel to help to get man a soul. Even after this fight, I will survive, because Jesus said, unto we that ye are gods. So that means that I am in control of my own existence. When I get down on my knees and pray next time, I better listen. We've been moving high from the truth that we are seeking. Nuapu, it can sound right reasoning. If you want information that'll make you whole, come on now. If reaching the spiritual level is your goal, if you're sick of all the lies and want the truth that won't fall, yeah, that's Nuapu. That's Nuapu. What do you say? What was the other song they had said? We're living in the devil's garden of Eden, but he knows where children's of Adam and Eve is. You can have anything, be what you wanna be, as long as your eyes are closed and the truth you don't see. The good guys always win. We might suffer in the beginning and finish last, but that's a test that we must pass. The road to paradise ain't easy. But that's the only way we could truly be free. 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 What was A? Well, how did verse start off with? State trouble on my level. Doctrine deep enough to reform the devil. I had DNA. That's a bar. Doctrine deep enough to reform the devil. Ain't it? Ain't it? Ain't it? Do you bear witness? Do you bear witness? Doctrine deep enough to turn a hater to a lover. It's real life. It's real life. Doctrine deep enough to reform the devil. I had DNA explosions all through the vessels. Put every religion to the test. Don't care how long you've been doing it. Bring your best. It's a million lies and Adam, the one true double-edged sword on my tongue when I'm in the booth. So I was locking my thoughts, letting my words unloose. Christopher Columbus believed the world is flat, and every ism believed the Savior's coming back, but can't accept the fact that he was born black. Afro-like lamb's wool, kicking it with his staff. Skin so dark, comparing it to burnt brass with a very light voice like the sound of many waters. Days getting shorter, mama hugs getting warmer. She said, be careful, son, because the beasts know where you come from. The good guys always win. Yeah, that's how I came up. That shit is beautiful. They'll fabricate lies. They'll imprison you and create cases around you. No fun being a black man on the run, fighting for my son. School remember where he comes from, not the land of the home of the slaves. And I got to live with that till my dying days. So amazed at the leaders that paved the way for us to be here. Just yesterday, I was more concerned with my gear. Flyers footwear, brushing the bees out my ear until it took, brushing the bees out my hair until it hit me oh so clear. Woke up from my nightmare where I couldn't exercise my equal rights here. Bright light blinding my sight here. Plus I'm going deaf in my right ear. I'm left-handed, so I'm stranded with the messenger in the middle passage, thinking about what can I do to reach the masses before they lay me in the casket. At times I feel with so much doubt that I can't even breathe. Why they want to kill my dreams, take away my dreams, destroy my dreams. Manu, come and help me fulfill my. Malcolm X was by any means. Marcus Garvey mission to Africa was intervened. Martin Luther King had prophetic dreams. And Malachi taught us about supreme beings. Hey, young world, the truth is yours. We about ours, so be about yours. The truth and the bet and the pepper, so we out to teach ya. Money's my enemies. System with plenty greens. Usually be mindfully as the point. Well, what is it as a form of ecstasy? Please check this, please. My message keys is the virus reach. My mind on the mission. Don't believe me, just check and see discrepancies. For being against pops, yeah, just wait and see. Believe me, he's getting out. My wisdom in mind, straight got me picking the crime rate, and I'm mother's board. Go to war with the money, certificates, and the man upstairs and show me grace, and the trying to raise you out your dreams. Yeah, yeah, I love the music I came up on. This shit programmed me to be ready and great and sound. Shit, I didn't know they weren't gonna keep going, but shit, I'll keep it going. Fine, fine then. I see strange fruit hanging from the tree. What makes it strange is the fact that it looks like me. How can this be, Lord? How can this be? I thought we were living in a land of liberty. That don't look that way to me. No longer can I hide all this pain in my eyes. How much blood will run and how many souls will die before we see they never really cared anything about you or me. See, they never paid us no mind. Guess they figured we was dumb and blind. Brought me over here shackled and changed. Took my life and they changed my name. Oh Lord, how can this be? Will the black man ever be free? How
can I fight for him? And I can't get along from